Yo, what's good, JD? JD, I've been thinking a lot about our set. Fun facts. What's good, Savage? Ooh, who are they? Okay, let me do some Twitter stuff. The one time a week that I open Twitter. Amelia? Hey, alright. What's good, everybody? Schmegaleskimo? That's a ridiculously hard name to pronounce. I'm with it. My 5G's better than yours? Dude, I was dead yesterday. I can't even begin to tell all of you how not well I reacted to my second shot. That was rough. Literally just sat in my living room and watched like almost all of the first season of SpongeBob in like a haze. That was all I could do. Okay, up there. What's good, Victor? Nice. It was a good time, I'm not gonna lie. SpongeBob's sick. When's our next first to 10? Once I get my snack box, I'm probably going to be playing a lot more Street Fighter V. TBH. Also, thank you so much, Ty Tuesday, for the big host of Rooney, and everybody who's here watching from Ty. I appreciate you being here. I hope we're all having a great one. The extra lore that I'll say, I just told him this in the tournament channel. Me and Ty have met in person at MagFest once. I was there for the Retsupre meetup, and which feels like so long ago. But I actually, a big part of my aesthetic when I first started streaming was based off of an old Ty Tuesday bit that he did, where he had a Godzilla Let's Play that was completely trippy, and just like it was more focused on the aesthetic than the actual game, and I really appreciated that. That thing inspired me a lot. That's the Ancient Bones lore for everybody. That was good, man. The first stream I ever did, I had a gigantic Arizona can, just like on the left side. Yeah, I imagine that took forever. What am I doing? I have to post this in FGC announcements. But yeah, I actually, whatchamacallit. Not to completely hijack this conversation with Raddy Nishuba dropping the big follow. Not to completely hijack this, all of this pre-streaminess with funny Retsupre stuff, but I was the biggest Retsupre fan back in the day. And I got to see the MagFest panel that was Beatus and Slow Beef, which was fantastic. And if you watch that panel, which is up on the Retsupre channel, I am like directly in front of the camera. Like, you all know what I look like, and you can just see me. I'm like center frame. I'm easier to see than Beatus or Slow Beef. That panel rocked. Yeah, I mean, oh man. Like, Beatus is like an interest. Yeah, we got the Team Chaotix. Beatus seems like such an interesting person, right? He just seems like he's so mysterious in some ways. I'm sure you probably know him a little bit better than like I do. But like, he just always seems so nebulously busy. And when like he decides to give the world content, it's like, thank God. Yeah, I'm ready for some gear. This is gonna be dope. What's good, everybody? A lot of new names. I don't think I recognize a lot of these names, so I appreciate all of you stopping by. Called you a taxi to the airport one time when your phone died? Hell yeah, Beatus. Good guy, Beatus. Nice to meet you, Matt. And nice to meet Degen Zan. Degente. What? Degen. Oh, Degen Texan. I'm with it. That name's a mix-up. Yo, Drodrick. Let's get Tsubaki Kid. Big follow. I mean, Beatus is unbeatable, right? It's unfair. I feel like anybody paired up with Diabetes, you just look weaker. Even if you're as powerful as Ship Megal Eskimo and Naima Who dropping the big follows. And Eric. I wonder what happened to the first 9,439 Erics. I hope they're okay. And also Zero.John, thank you very much for the follow. I think Ryan is just restarting some computers and stuff. Hopefully not having a dose of pain. Dropping the big follow. Didn't expect to hear this song today. It's always, I have this little playlist that's always in there. Just like this one, which I think is one of the best pre-stream songs of all time. Coming up a service of 2-week tendon/wrist pain. Yeah, I feel like we all got very acquainted with our hand health over quarantine. I feel like it's a very common thing. Because if you're not careful, you can seriously just spend the entire day just ruining your damn hands. Good paid out. Yeah, that's why I've said this on stream a bunch of times. That's why I started playing on Hitbox. I wanted to try something different because CAD was hurting my hands really bad. And, you know, Pizza Pounder came through with the big recommendation to buy a Hitbox. But I got a Hitbox and it actually helped a lot. I had to learn some new posture stuff. Like when you're using a Hitbox, you really don't want to rest your wrists against the edge of the Hitbox. But I found it really helped my hands. I know Sajam's hands got exploded by the Hitbox, but I think for me it helped a lot. Speaking of, the snack boxes are shipping. Did y'all hear that? It's finally happening. I also love Sonic Boom. This song slaps. My one friend got a confirmation email. I think they're just doing them in order. Snack box? A snack box is, yeah, you do have to be gentle, Ty. So snack box is basically a hitbox, but they make things called snack box micros that are like a quarter of the height or something and like much smaller. Yeah, I'm stoked. Honestly, I'm like, as a streamer now, like, because I've just been doing these tournaments for a while, I prefer to use my hitbox for stuff just because it has my buttons mapped properly, and trying to like switch out like with a pad or whatever just to stream sucks, I think. But I'm super stoked for it because it means I can have a tiny thing on my desk. Right now I've got like my keyboard and my hitbox on my desk, and it takes up like the entire space in front of me. So I'm stoked for it for that perspective. Is Steam down? Is it down again? Oh, yep, it is. Oh. Yeah, Steam might be down here for a little bit. This usually happens on Tuesdays. It's okay, it'll come back. Usually it's only down for a couple minutes. Yo. Can you believe it's Friday? You're all Goombas, you know that? Oh, I think we're back. This theme is slowly coming back online. Why do you know this song? The song was a little bit of a meme. It is the harbinger of Friday. Every Tuesday can be Friday. Just ask Piper Toddy? Piper Toddle? I'm going to say Paper Toddle. There you go. Alright. A couple minutes here. We're going to buzz in Ryan.
Romantic.
An unregistered Hypercam 2. Wow. I feel like to have unregistered Hypercam 2 as your username, you kind of have to be an OG. Am I incorrect? I feel like that means that you've been around for a minute. Paper towel. I get it. I tried my best. Hey, Coca Show. Thanks for dropping the big Prime-a-rooney. Unnecessary kindness. But also, hell yeah. Appreciate you, Coca Show. Thanks very much for the support. Now you have many skeleton emotes to spam. Well, just one. And then many emotes of bunnies. And also Paper Towel, dropping the big Prime-a-rooney. Thank you very much, Paper Towel. Wow. Y'all are way too nice. And Phoenix with a big follow. Oh, I have two. I'm sorry, I forgot. I have two big skeleton emotes. Skeleton bunny emote? That sounds morbid. That doesn't sound fun. All right. Let's quiet this down, and then let's see if we can get Orion in here. I'm on your homepage so often? That's awesome. Give me 1 second here. Join the...
Hey.
Oh, is that Ryan Hunter?
Why gotta be old Ryan Hunter? Can't just be Ryan Hunter?
Honestly, Ryan, you and I feel like have been having a rough couple of days here. I think we are kind of old. I think that's just a disclaimer.
It's true.
All right, you want to flick on your camera for me real quick?
Yeah. Hello.
There you are. Okay, let me do... I need, like, that to happen so that I can do the rest of the Discord stuff. Give me 1 second here. Bam!
And then we were doing this, right? And I did 30 frames per second for this.
And you're doing 30 because I don't think we need the big 60.
Yeah.
Cool. And then that'll be you. Zoop. All right. Are y'all ready for this? The big reveal? Boom! Wait, you're not there. Where'd you go?
Boom. Oh, no.
Well, we tried our best. There he is. All right. Ryan, how are you doing today?
Hello. I'm doing all right. I'm
Doing all
doing
right?
better than I was yesterday, that's for sure.
What happened yesterday, Ryan?
Oh, my back. My back was hurting.
Welcome to Plus R. Our backs hurt. I got, gotta really catch up on my mortgage here. This is a game for old men.
Yeah.
Well, I'm super stoked tonight, everybody. Ryan, because it looks like we have quite a couple of new faces in here. So do you want to quickly introduce yourself for the crowd?
Sure. My name is Ryan Hunter. I am a longtime fighting game player, commentator, done a tiny smidgen of TOing here and there. Just been playing fighting games for a very long time. So, and Guilty Gear probably the longest of all. So I figured I was, doing some stream stuff and, through commentary and everything, people always ask me, a lot of questions and how to get better and stuff like that. So I thought I would swing on by Bones' old stream and try to help out some newer players with some tips and advice. Because I know, especially when it's, when you're starting out, it can be hard to know where you should put your focus. Where should you invest your time that you're going to get the biggest return. So that's what we're going after tonight.
Yeah, for sure. And also to introduce myself, my name is Bones, everybody. Thanks so much for being here already. Before we even get started, y'all are here early, getting you some popcorn, settling in, I hope. But I have been a longtime TO in the East Coast region for a variety of different games, mostly at the local level and stuff, just kind of running it for the sake of running it. I played Accent Core a lot back in the day. I've run a lot of different anime games, and I'm here just to make sure that people have a place to play in general. I think that our general thesis here in SageM's Discord is that, there's not enough just totally for fun, playing, goof around tournaments. So this is very much tapping into that side of me, which is really important. But also, like Ryan said, we're very focused on making this a beginners-centric, advice-heavy stream, right? So you'll see if you haven't seen these before, Ryan is going to be diving into training mode in between the sets to show some things off, to do some quick Ryan Hunter, Doctor at Law, PhD breakdowns of what's happening. So I'm super stoked to see the sick matches they're going to watch today. I think me and Ryan have generally been really surprised with the level of play from these players, who, frankly, sometimes dare label themselves as beginners. I think some of you need a self-esteem lesson, but I'm super stoked to see what everyone has to bring this week. And,
awesome. Yeah. A couple of quick things. I saw someone in chat said my audio... Is my audio good? Sounded like maybe my audio got a little scuffed when I turned my video on. Is everything okay?
Your audio sounds fine to me. I honestly, I forget what your usual mic quality sounds like, so I'm not super sure.
Okay, yeah, I just double checked it's using the right mic and everything, so it should be good. And you preempted my second thing, which is you are not sharing your screen.
I'm already on. Yeah, Ty says you sound a little clippy, but now you sound a little better. I don't know what you did.
Clippy? I didn't do anything. Maybe just weird internet stuff? I don't know.
I don't know. The internet's a mysterious place. So, looks like we're kind of ready here. We're chilling. We're ready to get into our potentially first game here whenever our players can roll on in. Tournament officially does start in 30 seconds here. But for the record, everybody, this is a stream where you should be asking questions if you've got them. Me and Ryan will be looking at the stream chat here to try to jump in and answer everything that y'all are asking. Even if you didn't get the chance to play in this tournament, two quick things on that is that one, Ryan does analyses on replays on his Twitch stream. Do you stream every night or just most nights, or?
No, it's there's a couple of nights I do Friday and Saturday basically every week, and then usually like 2 to 3 days between Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, never on Thursday, and generally not on Sunday. So,
got it. Yeah, well, Ryan will do analyses of your matches if you don't have the chance to be on stream. But even if you don't get to get on stream, I highly encourage you to watch Ryan's analyses on stuff, because I think that it'll give you a lot of things to think about if you are a newer player starting out. And with that, Ryan, it looks like we're about ready to get into our very first one here, which is going to be Pato and Space. And I also have which characters they're playing here, which are going to be Anji and Kai. Ooh. Very exciting. Not enough justice in this tournament?
I feel like I know the name Pato, because I always think of potato whenever I read it.
I always think of Play-Doh because, you know, he plays as an Anji player, you know, he's the thinking man statue at all times when he's playing. I see. Doing Fujins all over the place.
And I knew the name sounded familiar. I always want to double check because I don't want to be wrong. Pato has submitted replays for me to review, and he's going to be in the next batch that I do, whenever that is. Probably tomorrow, honestly.
Wow.
So, yeah, there you go.
Nice, and I think that they're getting on into it. Boom, everybody! Welcome to... What is this, the fourth one we've done? We've already done like
this is the fourth one already, yeah.
Holy smokes. Fourth, Ryan and Bones beginner tournament, whatever we're officially calling this here at the Hoop Squad Discord. Pato versus Space, Kai versus Anji.
Ready to take some notes?
Wow. I'm surprised that that 2D hit. That's higher hitbox than I thought.
Ooh, a little bit of a missed input there. Nice 6P though.
That's actually a pretty good ender to go for at that distance, because it can be tricky to punish when Anji's that far away, even though move is so minus. And Grease ever in the first one.
Ooh, nice block.
Fantastic block.
That actually didn't punish, but still got the hit. 6Ps have been working really well. Just Pato hasn't been getting that much off of them. That's gonna be a punish. Okay. Again, I don't think that's a punish. I think Space is maybe hitting buttons after he is punishable. Okay.
Also riding the lighting, the plus frames, good block on the Greets ever. Yeah, that move is just a little bit too slow. Whoa.
Yeah. Okay.
I feel like we've seen this matchup, I think, now a couple times. I feel like we always just see the zaniest hitbox interactions, just at like a basic level. They're constantly just going through each other.
Yeah, well, that's Anji. In general.
He's doing so good at blocking them. Honestly, blocking Grease Ever's hard.
Yeah.
Is this the power?
Yeah, I like the use. Yeah, I like the use of 6S there also. Okay, very nice. Let's see the continuation. No.
Honestly, even though he didn't get the continuation, that's still a quick 30%. Not bad at all.
Yeah.
DQ Pato, I lost count of how many Greed Severs they blocked. You know, we may have to review his application now.
Okay. The force break, it's weird, because usually you think of the force break as, you know, an Oki thing, you know, you set up unblockables, but just as a projectile, it's really good. It negates projectiles, so it's like kind of slow. It's really annoying. You don't want to block it, because then maybe you do get unblockable for no reason. It's really annoying. It seems like it shouldn't be, you know, as good as it is, I guess.
What a great little completion there off that Saga. That was fantastic.
Yeah, and I love the Oki here as well.
Great. Space has been phenomenal with the 6Ps this whole set. Kai 6P, one of the best 6Ps in the game, I'd say. Would you think that's a horribly incorrect statement?
No, I think that's pretty fair. Yeah, his 6P is pretty good. Nice. Recognition that butterfly was not going to be meaty. That was a great jump on Wake Up. Alright. Well, that's one way to get out of the corner.
Yeah, my man is riding off screen.
See what I'm talking about? How the red butterfly just locks you down? Really annoying.
Because you're putting the ground slide there.
A little bit too far. Okay. Opportunity. Oh.
think it was actually
Space
a little
trying to
bit...
get something going.
Not maybe the best use of Pato's burst there, even though it did technically hit him. There wasn't going to be... I think there's a better opportunity to use it potentially to get out of pressure as opposed to just, like, on Wake Up.
So Space trying to end this with projectiles here. Doesn't want to go in. Has a lot of meter. Oh, that's an overhead. Unfortunate. Okay, that's going to... Oh, not hit. Oh, and the no punish! So it looks like Pato tried to punish with throw and got 5H because it didn't leave Space in throw range, so a little bit unfortunate there.
Yeah, 100%. And also thank you very much, Brian, or whatever, for the big 2-month Aroonies. I think that means that you have half a skeleton sunglasses. I think that's what that means. Alright, Space is up 1 here, but this is definitely close. Pato is not out of this by any stretch. Oh, that time gets counter hit by the Greed.
Alright, nice little conversion there. Okay, nice.
Yeah, we've talked about before that, you know, Kai's, yeah, the Kai slide is actually very good in this matchup in some situations, just because it's active enough to beat Fujin outright, usually.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is a fantastic boon to have against a character like Anji, right?
Yeah.
Ooh, good interrupt.
Nice, okay. That was a little lucky, because usually the armor would have absorbed that 2P, but the timing was good, it worked. I have so many notes already for just the first match.
I'm excited about it. Writing a whole syllabus.
That was a great attempt at the 6P from Space, but Pato 1 step ahead with the jump D to stall in the air.
Reeds are hitting Space, I think, has definitely figured some stuff out in here in terms of how he wants to navigate this. Good use of barrier there. So that's a phenomenal indication. In case you're starting out in this game and you're super not sure of like when barrier would be a good idea, in general, if someone puts something on top of you like a projectile that just makes them inherently plus, barrier is phenomenal at just kind of pushing them away and making it so they can't do their entire Gatling. At a basic level, just always a great use of barrier.
So, I mean, Space is using a ton of Greed Sever here, but they're not getting punished. So, you know, if you're not getting punished for it, there's essentially 0 risk. And it becomes a really high reward on hit, and it's being made to be 0 risk. So yeah, you might as well keep throwing it out until they punish. Pato's really gonna have to figure out on the fly here. I mean, this is just classic tournament scenario, right? You're getting beaten by one thing, not one thing specifically, but you know, one thing kind of is leading the battle against you, and you need to figure out a solution for it on the spot. So we'll see.
Yeah, and we also got to figure out a solution for Miss Boot, dropping the big Prime Summeroonie. Thank you very much, Miss Boot. I think that's it, right? Is that 2-0? Am I crazy?
Is it? I thought it was 1-1.
Oh,
did Pato win the first one? Or did Space win the first one?
Am I crazy? I thought Space clutched it out.
I could be wrong. I was so focused on taking notes, I could be wrong.
It's 2-0.
Oh, it is 2-0.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, Space. Space kicks down the door. He's like, yeah, it was 2-0. Well, Pato, you did great, by the way. This is not us trying to, you know, flame you whatsoever. Just us trying to figure out the score.
Yeah, I mean, this is just a knowledge check, right? So let's talk about it a little bit.
Now let's flip over here to the Ryan training mode cam. Boom.
Right, so let's do Anji first player side, Kai second player side. So again, really good stuff on both sides. I would say for Space, you played well. Fantastic job at identifying a weakness in your opponent and just, you know, like I said, using it until, you know, they show you that they know how to stop it, which in this case they didn't. Hopefully maybe we'll see you later in the bracket, and we'll see if, you know, what you do once your opponent does know how to deal with it, but, you know, we didn't have to see that in this match. So one quick thing, or a couple of quick things. For you were poking with Far Slash. Generally, you want to cancel this into something. Normally you wouldn't just let this rock by itself. You can every now and then just to mix it up, but in general, you know, the main option is this. But you don't want to do that every time, especially from really far, because there is a gap they can IED over, or some characters have projectile involved moves, stuff like that. So the simplest is to just do this.
Yeah, wait, hold on
And
one
the
second,
benefit
Ryan.
of this,
Ryan, can you do me a quick favor? Can you possibly lower your stream quality a little bit? Can we go straight up into some Mikado territory?
yeah.
Because we're getting a little
Let me
bit of
also, yeah, let me check my internet super quick. Maybe it's me. I mean, I guess there's really almost no point. There's nothing I can really do about it now. But while we're
This is a
searching
good
here-
aesthetic, though. You know, in between matches, you pull up your PowerPoint, and you're just like, as you can see here, the Kai wants
Is
to
it
do
that
five-
bad?
It was just, it's a little jittery. I'm being a jerk. It's all right. We'll figure it out.
Oh, it was on 1080. That's why. Dude,
That's a.
why do I have?
Ryan, can you broadcast me your
Why do I
training mode
even
in
have
4K?
Is it by the Discord that you're in that you get the higher options?
Oh, I don't know. I think so.
Because I don't have Nitro or anything like that. How's that?
Looks better. That's my stream. Did you just cast my stream to myself?
Oh, did I by mistake?
I got so
Well, yeah, I did.
confused.
Wait. Oh, my game crashed. Okay,
Well,
cool. Give me 1 second.
hold please, everybody. We're figuring it out. It's all right. We're in there. You're so glad we've got modern streaming with gear. I don't know. I think that we've lost some of the aesthetic. You know, I'm really thinking about just buying a 512K modem just for streaming older games. I feel like, you know, we really got to get into the spirit.
Okay, how is this?
Yeah, pull out my camcorder. Just look at my Twitch stream. Oh, are you casting again, Ryan?
Yeah, does that look better? It's 720, 30 frames per second now.
Am I crazy? I don't see it.
No?
Might be my fault. Give me 1 second. Ooh, it is my fault. Never mind. Hold on. Plopping it in. There you go. All right, Ryan,
Okay,
move around
is
for the
it-
crowd.
Is it smoother now?
Still getting a little bit of the jitters. I'm not sure why. I don't think it's my
Still,
fault.
I can turn it down more because it's 720. I can go down to 480.
480.
All right, let's go. Wow, that is crashing my game. That is wild.
Why is it crashing your game? What's happening?
When I stop sharing my screen, it closes +R.
Yeah, you can't wait to watch the tournament in 2 weeks when I ship out your VHS. Yeah, make sure you're on the lookout for that. I'm recording everybody's matches.
All right, let's try.
We're talking some standard definition, Ryan. We're talking playing on PAL is now a concern.
I mean, this is as low as it goes.
As low as it goes, I'm with it. All right.
They
let's see.
crashed my game again.
Boo! That's pretty low.
Yeah, I mean that's 0, I would assume. What is it doing?
Ruh-roh. Thanks for bearing with us, everybody. Sorry. Minor technical difficulties, but we'll be okay.
Okay, let's try this again. Accent core. 480. Okay, didn't crash. How we looking?
Let's see. Get you back in here, Ryan.
Good or no good?
Oh, actually, way better. That looks better to me, right, chat? Look at him go. Mild jitters, I think, but I think much more followable.
Okay. Alright. So, what I was saying before is, so we were talking about far slash. So I was saying far slash into fireball is like the simplest, but you don't want to do this every time because then it gets predictable and, you know, the opponent has options and stuff like that. So just a slight improvement on doing nothing would be this. I don't even know the exact frame data. I think this recovers slightly faster, but even if it is slightly faster, it's not by a lot. But the main benefit of this is that if the opponent happens to dash up while you're doing it, and this connects, you can hit confirm this. So you can get something like this. Well, that was close slash, but you get the idea. Because Stun Dipper combos off of 2S. So you can potentially combo into that. The other thing I would say is you were spending a lot of meter on super. That's fine. I mean, just spending your meter, we always talk about that. Just make sure you have a way to spend your meter. That's good. I would think about dead angle a little bit more. It's a little bit safer of a way to spend, 50% on defense. And also, I'm not even sure that I know how to do it. How do you do the force break? Any Kai players in chat?
Wait,
I
force
don't even know
break
how
what?
you do it. The force break charge stun edge. Look at the command list actually. Back 4. That's what I thought. I thought it was something like that. I thought it was a second input. Yeah.
That's it.
So this thing is really good. This is like a really good way of spending your meter when you're pressuring, because you were doing a lot of block strings into Greed Sever, which again was good because your opponent was not punishing it. We're going to talk about that in a second. But when they do start blocking it and you need something else besides Fireball, just doing this is very good. It's plus on block. You can get a combo on hit off of sweep. So yeah, it's just really good. So definitely check that out. Other than that, good stuff though. I saw the 6P anti-air attempt, stuff like that. Really nice. So real quick from the Angie side, Pato, definitely need to look at your punishes. Figure out just something simple that you can use as a general punish when you have a punish opportunity. Probably you want to do like 5S into sweep, or 5S 5H Fujin, something like that. Because your instinct in a couple spots, you wind up doing 6P, which this is like one of the slowest moves he has. So you don't want to be trying to do this as a punish. And in some of the spots where you had some combos going and then you didn't end them, again, you just want to have, we talk about this all the time, just having go-tos. You don't have to do an optimal combo, but you want to do something. So it's good to have just a go-to. And so anytime you get them in the air, let me take them off block. Anytime you get them in the air, just whatever you need to do to combo into on. Just as, if you're not sure what to do, just the simplest possible. So it can even be like 2P, 5P. The most common is this is 5K, 5S. But whatever you need to do just to combo into on. You want to make sure you're ending your combos in on whenever possible, because then you get the really good butterfly Oki. But yeah, I would say the biggest thing was definitely your punishes. If you had just been punishing, the Greed Severs, the Ride the Lightning, stuff like that, and don't be afraid to just sweep either. Like, if a Greed Sever is really far away and you need to punish, just sweep is fine. Getting the knockdown is the most important thing. So just sweep, and then you get a butterfly. That's fine. So, yeah, overall good stuff.
Yeah, and I think that was one really important thing that I want to kind of touch there is that, like, punish games, that like, you constantly hear commentators in general and us in this beginner tournament just talking about punishes a lot, right? Like, it is such an important concept in fighting games, just because punishes are like what actually makes there be structure in a match, right? What's actually makes there be like important decision making. So it is important to like just have some general punishes in mind, or autopilot-y ones, and like in general, Guilty Gear has a pretty universal punish in 2D from like most of the cast. Like, and if a Robokai player says like, but not for me, I'm gonna ban you. But like in general, you want like some sort of fast, easy punish for stuff that is overtly punishable, because that's what's gonna actually make people have to slow down, right? I think a lot of people get really focused on the offense in Guilty Gear and want to learn a lot of that, which is totally fine. But a lot of offense is also blocking and then reacting, right? Like, and properly punishing them for their stuff. So, like Ryan was saying, very important things to keep in mind, and great stuff again to both of our players. And next up here, we're going to be getting a rather interesting match, Ryan, because I recognize one of these people. Because one of these people is Alex2D, who, if I'm not horribly mistaken, and I believe I'm not, is a Grandmaster Corinne player in Street Fighter V. And now jumping over to some Guilty Gear, pretty different game. And it's going to be going for Axel. What can I say? She likes blondes.
And Alex2D, another fine member of the submissions that not quite next in line, but coming up soon. So
nice. Yeah, Robo's sweep is 2S. Oh, that didn't even combo. We're seeing here, we've seen this matchup now a couple times. Justice, Axel. Justice, definitely, I think, one of the more popular characters in Plus R. I think, as a lot of people pick it up. Justice is a very unique character. Did you see Alex doing that on purpose? That was so smart. We've talked about that before. Just intentionally putting your fingers in the blender from full screen so you only get hit by one of the hits.
Yeah, I mean, fantastic. So far, this has been a pretty good match so far, as, again, what we expect from a beginner tournament. This is certainly looking like a normal tournament. You know what I mean? So this is looking like this could have been the open bracket so far.
For sure, but you saw one of the things that does make this volatile, even though a lot of Justice players will complain that this matchup is really painful, you see Chief Death landed one hit so far, right? Like 30% of Axel's health. And even though that looked a little dominating from Alex's side that last match, they finished that match with so little health left. And here, Chief Death is landing a lot of hits. Wow, that was such a good block.
Whoa. Wow, and the jump in, I always forget what Justice's buttons are. I think that's jump H, but I'm not sure. The both direction, the bird wings. It is just destroying Alex right now. I'm not sure if Alex is trying to low profile it. Some Axels fall into a little bit of a, potentially bad habit of trying to low profile jump ins. There it is again with 2K, because Axel's 2K is so low profile. There you go. That's what I was going to say. You want to be more proactive. Especially against a telegraph jump like Justice.
Yeah.
Justice doesn't have an air dash or anything like that, so once she double jumps, you know where she's going. She's got the force break, and that's it. I mean, she can delay with Michael Sword and stuff like that, but, nice trade.
Yeah, but even like a character like Axel, right, sometimes doesn't even care if you double jump, where that can mess up a lot of characters' AAs, but Axel has the privilege of just reaching right directly up, right?
Yeah, exactly. All right, so good adaptation there from Alex. Kind of cleaning up the anti-airs, not letting Cheap Death just jump in for free, because that's really what the second round was. It was just like 4 jump-ins in a row hitting, and that was it.
Yeah, for sure. And while in a lot of matchups, Axel can kind of play Barbados Slim a little bit and just try to get as low as you can go, this is definitely a matchup where you want to reach up. Justice's jump-ins are just too scary when she's actually on top of you. Similar to like a character like Slayer's jump-ins, right? Where like once Slayer is right on top of you, it's difficult to AA him even if you have like a good AA button.
Yeah, exactly. Nice sweep spacing there from Cheap Death. Nice little confirm from Alex.
I don't know what the frame data looks like when you chicken block Axel 6H. It's like a very natural reaction for a lot of folks, and I don't know if it's actually a good idea.
Yeah, I would think it's probably worse than blocking it on the ground. And on the ground, it's like, I forget, it's like 0 or -1 or something like that, +1.
It's like
somewhere in that range.
It feels like, because of the distance it puts Axel at.
Yeah.
Ooh, a desperation Michael Blade. I don't know why I said desperation. Cheap Death's chilling. That was the screw you. I have 50 meter Axel Blade.
Yeah, exactly. Again, I mean, it's good awareness. The round's almost over. Just spend the meter. But the sweeps have really been working well for Cheap Death that round. Nice jump in.
Oh god, it's so close. Yeah, good
nice.
Use of 6H here. Trying to now work around the 2Ds.
They're fighting for this corner right now.
I think what's interesting about Justice as a character is that a lot of the individual players' personality and playstyles honestly comes down to how do they double jump. That's gonna hurt so bad.
Yeah.
It comes down to how you double jump, because some players will consistently jump in and double jump again, whereas others will hang on to it as like an important resource for your air approach, right? So just something like that I'm kind of paying attention to in this matchup.
Nice whiff punish with the sweep. Oh, and the double jump. Okay. That was great by Cheap Death. The early double jump to mess up the anti-air timing.
Yeah, for sure.
This matchup's pretty tough, so Cheap Death is doing a good job of using all the tools available, basically trying to do whatever they can.
Yeah.
Nice preempted 2S.
Unfortunately, Justice can sometimes just be a gigantic hitbox on the screen who can't really can't move too much. And this is definitely a matchup where, being a giant stationary target against Axel can definitely be rough.
Yeah, exactly.
Good barrier.
Nice. Oh, this is so hard, yeah. So hard.
Yeah, Yeah, good little completion there. I would have loved to see Cheap Death just... I know Cheap Death was definitely a little spooked there and just hit the ground and tried to block it out. But after Alex had whiffed that Renson, right, Axel is chilling, right? Like, he's eaten way too many full Englishes that morning. He's got nothing else to do. So when he whiffs something like that, you kind of have to be ready to, like, immediately react and, like, hit a button and get a punish, because that's, like, the huge opening that you're kind of looking for, right?
Yeah, I feel bad for Cheap Death. I think Cheap Death we might see again later. Just I could tell just by the way they were playing the Axel matchup, because that matchup's hard. That, you know, there was a lot we weren't able to see because of the matchup.
Romantic.
Unfortunately, because of that, I feel like my advice is going to be fairly limited here. I can't even find Axel. Where do they hide all these characters on the screen? Axel, hello?
Oh,
here he is. Okay.
I also couldn't find him. I was like, I don't know.
So let's talk for a second from Alex. Good stuff. I mean, you made the adjustment with the anti-airs. That was the main thing I was going to point out immediately, and you fixed it by, you know, looking for the jumps more proactively and then being ready with 2S, even sometimes preemptively with the 2S, which is great. Don't forget about 6K, especially in a matchup like this where the jump is very slow. You have plenty of time to 6K if they're jumping from really far, which Justice is going to have to do sometimes. And also, don't forget about your 6P, another very good anti-air. The only other thing that I would mention, you have an awesome foundation, which is great. It seems like you took a really good approach to learning the game, and you just, you know, picked a few things to start with, and your foundation is fantastic. However, I think you're at the point now where you may want to add some variations to your strings. Basically, all your strings were this into either 6H or sweep. Look for some other variations. Do this into nothing. Look at Far Slash. Far Slash is really good. Far Slash into Renson. Just Far Slash by itself is just a good button. A little bit of 5H here and there. The cross up move. Just look at some variations. Figure out some stuff that you like. Because the stuff you were already doing was great. So for Cheap Death, I wanted to just take a minute. Again, I feel like my advice here is going to be limited because you were doing kind of everything I would expect you to try to do in that matchup, and unfortunately, just due to the nature of the matchup, we weren't seeing, that much. It's not really a matchup where we can talk about nuke patterns and, how to approach. It's like you're kind of just... You were doing a great job of using sweep, and it was working really well. You were doing a great job of jumping and double jumping and, getting in sometimes off of that. The only other thing would be maybe to use a little more force break in these kind of matchups just for the positioning. When you start to get backed into a wall, maybe look for the force break to try to switch sides and get a better position. And the other thing I wanted to look at was what to do about this specifically, because this just seems like a nightmare. I guess actually the best answer would be counter if they're really doing it predictably. And I guess now that I think about it, that's maybe something that we didn't see.
Yeah.
Which that actually seems like a really important tool against Axel, to force the Axel to slow down a little bit so you get a little more breathing room. Not that you're necessarily going to get enough breathing room to start doing nuke patterns because they can just react with 5P, but just to be able to move forward a little bit. Just getting them to stop, because if you don't stop this, I don't know what you do to stop Axel from literally just doing this until you're dead. They can just do this, and then when you jump, they just anti-air you. And I'm not really sure what else you do about that. I'm also curious if you can, do this. Yeah, that's not great.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, oh, there we go. That's kind of what I was thinking might happen. But you already have to be pretty close for that. So maybe you can punish with sword or something. I mean, we're already talking about pretty advanced stuff here. How do you do sword again? Half circle? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, this is already, for a beginner, I don't know that I would recommend this. I'm just curious myself. Yeah, this seems like a tough thing to deal with. I think you have to counter to some degree.
Yeah, I think counter is generally just important for a lot of these matchups where, like, the Justices that I've seen who have done well versus Axels manage to make Justice look more mobile than she actually is, and I think that's tying into what you were saying, where, like, using force breaks more to switch sides, like, properly using your double jumps and, like, jumping in barrier and stuff like that, using sweep, just trying to make up the illusion that Justice is not just stuck in place.
Yeah, exactly. I also wonder if Michael Blade might be a good answer to whiff punish it. That might be a little more realistic. Obviously, it costs meter, but yeah. See, the problem is you have to go to back, and
You're gonna stand up and get hit by it.
yeah, you're gonna stand up into it. You have to like let it go by, and then by the time it goes by, it's already recovered. So yeah, this is tough. Yeah.
I think though what you were saying though, where like clearly they were trying their best, someone who has clearly fought the matchup before and was adjusting their gameplay accordingly, which I think is half the battle, right? I think that this is really something where as a Justice player, you just kind of have to acknowledge that this matchup is a little rough according to basically every Justice I've talked to, and it's something you just have to like keep playing, keep grinding out, and try to like get better at on your own and find out like what works where, right?
Yeah, someone in chat asked if you could 6P it. That's a good idea. You could at least do this to make it whiff in advance. I'm sure if you get close enough, yeah. Once you get close enough, it'll hit. But you know, it's this kind of range, I think. You know, you gotta like crouch and just like inch your way in, and then they do Renton and it pushes you all the way back out. It's just tough. It's just tough. But yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, hopefully we'll see more of Cheap Death, because I have a feeling they are better than that matchup made them look. So
yeah, for sure. 100%. And also the name Cheap Death, great name for if you're playing Justice, not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Whatchamacallit. We're gonna be getting Ryan at this point. Basically the polar opposite matchup. Okay, let's play a game, Ryan. What do you think is the opposite of that matchup that we just saw?
It's got to be like Jam versus like Milia or something.
I so close. I think that, you know, we're at the zoo. We're just leaving like the bird exhibit, and we're wandering on into the big old primates, and we're gonna be seeing Mei versus Slayer.
Of course. I see. See, I was thinking opposite speed. You were thinking opposite just,
proximity to each other.
Wall. Yeah.
Yeah, these two players are only happy when they are directly in each other's faces. And it's a super funny, interesting matchup, right? Both characters just do so much damage. Both have such good like lockdown tools and stuff. So this is definitely interesting to watch. And it's going to be Moose versus RK, and I believe we're waiting for RK. I think. I say I think because someone joined my lobby named Professor Longshaft, and I believe that's Moose, but I'm not super sure. But these damn GG players, Ryan, you know?
Yeah, with their long, weird names.
Everyone's saying that's Moose. Thanks. I'm glad you all just know.
We've seen Moose, I think, in the last tournament, right?
I think we have, yes. Moose has been around for forever. You can see, just Ryan has it on insider info here, but the sheer amount of games that Moose has under their belt is impressive, right? Like, definitely someone who's been learning the hell out of some video games, so I'm definitely looking forward to seeing how he goes. Yeah,
that is definitely a lot of games. I'm sad in the new beta lobbies you can't see games played anymore. It doesn't show anymore. How are people going to know how sweaty I am if they can't see how many games I've played?
I know, right? Well, it's like... that's honestly... like, has there ever been a thing in a fighting game that has a more menacing aura than your games played? Because, like, sometimes you just join a lobby and a person literally has played, like, 9,000 matches, and you're just like, like, what do you do?
Yeah, I need that extra edge of them being scared before the match even starts, just based on my number of games played. I need that edge.
Yeah, for sure.
Can't take that away from me.
And it looks like RK is indeed here. RK's name is RKMGTG. Is RK like, is that Magic the Gathering?
Yeah, there's an extra letter in there, though, so I don't think so.
Magagic the Gathering? I don't know.
Yeah, Magagic?
Magul Tengul? I don't even know what Magul Tengul is. I'm scared. Alright, we got Magul Tengul RK going up against Moose.
Alright.
So,
yeah, I mean, this is interesting. Mei kind of wants to fight in the air. Slayer kind of wants to fight on the ground. And there you go. Ground wins the first battle. That was Mappa versus Jump H.
Oh, fantastic bunker. Wow, that was actually a combo.
Yeah, good try on the confirm. Wow, Slayer 6P is interesting.
It's something. Slayer 6P is interesting. I'll talk a little bit about... Obviously, I've played Slayer in this game quite a bit, so I think I have a little bit of inside baseball, at least for some of his buttons, but we'll talk about that later.
Okay, nice escape from the corner. Alright, Moose with the 3K. 3K is really good against Slayer. Catches, same idea as like Fujin, right? You want like really active moves to catch stuff like Dandy or backdash, stuff like that.
Yeah, fantastic dead angle. That is super. Plus, oh my god, he almost died.
That's gonna whiff, yeah.
Yeah.
Talked about this a lot the other day when I was reviewing matches. Situations like that, you got to be ready for both things. You know, it looked like Mei was gonna whiff. You don't want to be wrong, so you want to block anyway. But you only need to block for like a few frames just to make sure that if it's gonna hit you, you blocked it, and then you want to assume that it whiffed and you go for your punish. Because if you had to block it, you're stuck blocking anyway, right? So anything you input is not gonna matter.
Yeah, and I think, like, I have opinions on Dead on Time in this game versus Accent Core, I think, generally. I think that, like, Slayer is so powerful with meter, right? Just, like, with, like, 25-meter force breaks and stuff, that I think Dead on Time is a little bit more of a specialty tool than comparative to his force breaks, right? And we haven't really seen a lot of those from RK so far.
Yeah, definitely.
There it is!
Okay.
That's what I'm talking about!
Yeah. I think RK assumed that 2H was going to punish the 3K, which was a pretty fair assumption, but the 3K, because they I beat it specifically, but the 3K was pretty meaty, so it actually didn't punish, but the Big Bang upper hit anyway. Alright. Overhead kiss been working really well for Moose here.
Crosswise miss. I think he thought that was going to catch the limb, but Mei's tricky. You know,
oh, here we go. Oh, a little high. I like the attempt, though.
Oh, dude, what was that Canadian gold burst?
Yeah, that was a little rough.
My man took all of his riches to Toronto. What is he doing up there? He's going to take the first one. I think it's really interesting that you said at first that this is very much a matchup where Slayer wants to control the ground, right? And Mei, really the ground could not exist, and Mei would be fine. If this was a game where you lost 1% of your health every second you were on the ground, Mei would be perfectly happy. So it's something where Slayer has to kind of force his will sometimes to get Mei to sit still, or at least just be ready to constantly try to combat her if she does take to the air, which obviously can be tricky, because that's kind of the whole point of Mei, is you kind of like can't anti-air sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, Mei's jump-ins are just so good. So I'm noticing one thing maybe we'll talk about, I've shown before, is using a lot of Jump H, which is great, but the way they're using Jump H, like the timing, looks a little bit off to me, and it goes back to literally the very first interaction in Game 1, so it looks like it's maybe a little bit too late, so we'll look at that in training mode a little bit.
For sure.
Yeah, see, that was a little better. That was actually a little early, I think, but...
And I'm opening up my notes, Ryan. I see a Slayer, and that means I'm actually opening up my own notepad. Oh my god!
Oh, yeah, that didn't look intentional, but it kind of worked. Ooh.
Good crosswise. Okay. Yeah, it's awkward. Mei is so like
nice.
People always talk about weight classes and stuff in this game, which I think actually isn't super helpful in conversation a lot, because what you're looking more for is like every character is a little unique in terms of how they get juggled, and Mei is just light as a feather, right? So when she goes up like that, it's hard to land that 5H that he's trying to get because she goes so high. Yeah,
you got to just go straight into jump K.
Good jump in. Yeah, that was one of those situations where as Slayer, unless you do an invincible reversal, there's really not anything you're going to be able to bust out in time to beat that. Oh,
the fake. That's so tricky.
Please don't be so mean in our beginners tournaments. Okay, gold burst. My man's got a whole $100.
Oof, the fake again. Ooh, nice, beats the reversal.
Yeah, he's
beats it again.
He's going for reversal Big Bang, and Big Bang is surprisingly not a good reversal, despite what you would think it is on paper.
Was that Big Bang? It's like a little like jittery for me. It looks like Force Break Dandy actually.
Well, if it was Force Break Dandy, I have a separate point. Oh, and just like that, Moose is gonna take it. If it's jittery for you, let me try to lower the quality on your end, Ryan. I'm sorry. But
it's like speeding up and slowing down, so I can like watch it. Just like looks weird.
Oh, interesting. Well, GG's. That is definitely it. That's a Mei, I think. I don't know, like, on paper, what people think about this matchup or anything, Ryan. But I will say, I don't think it's a matchup that immediately makes Mei uncomfortable, right? Or Slayer. But it's like, they both get to do what they want. But it is definitely one of those matchups where Mei gets to do Mei stuff. And it's a little difficult to, like, force her to stop as a Slayer.
Yeah. So, let me know when you've got me up here, show a couple of things.
Yeah, I got you up, Ryan. Sorry.
Oh, okay. So yeah, good stuff. So for RK, saw this a little bit, and we've talked about this before. Got to talk about pressure. Got to talk about Slayer pressure. And Bones, if you want to chime in,
Sure.
By all means. So some of the stuff, you want to. How can I phrase this? Like sometimes when you're doing strings, you obviously are always hoping that they hit, right? So you want to do a string that's good on hit. So stuff like 2K2H, right? The problem with this is that it's not great on block because the 2H is not good on block.
Yeah, it's -5.
The 2K is like whatever on block, because you can do these like late Gatlings and stuff. But you got to be careful that you don't get too carried away with doing strings like this and mixing in some other strings that are good on block. There may be less reward on hit, but they're also better on block. And so generally what you see from Slayer is on some kind of knockdown or some kind of mix-up where, you're maybe dashing through them a couple times or you do a dandy. These are the kind of spots where you generally go for the strings that are really good if they hit, because the expectation is they have a higher chance of actually hitting, right? You expect them to hit more often. Whereas some of the stuff, there were some situations where you were just like in neutral and you were just, getting a random 2K on block and going into like 2D or, stuff like that. And those, generally that kind of stuff is not going to hit as often. So I think there was one, maybe two times when you were using 5K a bit. We've talked about this like every time we've seen Slayer, but
good.
5K is just a ridiculous button. You got to make this your best friend. This is like your go-to when you expect that they're going to be blocking. Stuff like 2K into some 5Ks. You can hit confirm this by itself. It links into itself. And you can do all sorts of stuff. You can reset your pressure with 6H. You can go into the same stuff that you're used to from this. And on hit, you can just combo into Mappa. And even on block, you can just do Mappa, do like a P Mappa just to close distance and get back in. Even though it's a little bit minus, you can do Mappa feint. There's all sorts of stuff you can do. But this is just crucial. It's just, it's decent footsies even when you're at this kind of range.
The definition of footsies, it's his foot.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know if you have any other comments on that, Bones, before we switch over to the Mei side of things.
I got a couple of Slayer things, but also just a general thing and it's also something I noticed I do by accident, and it's something I want to yell at everybody for when they start about this game, and don't do it. And I saw RK do it a couple times, so I'm going to pick on you a little bit. When you land a stagger in this game, if you realize you're going to miss the combo, do not IAD in. It is like an autopilot thing that a lot of people do because they're just like, I want to capitalize on this stagger in some way, and that seems like the easy thing to go for. If as a Slayer, instead of IADing in or something, you generally can just do like 2D, or you can do, honestly, at a lot of ranges, just dashing in a Slayer is usually better. Because you can dash in, you just start landing point blank pressure. If you ID in, you're leaving yourself open to potentially, like, they mash out a stagger quickly and do 6P, or they just backdash out of it. You're making it a scrambly situation where it should be something that's really controlled, right? So it's something to keep in mind there. Two other things I just want to mention Slayer-wise is become friends with 2S. 6P looks like the god anti-air, but 2S is super good as an anti-air. It tends to be better when you're being preemptive and just trying to poke them out. And a character like Mei that has such low swinging jump hurt boxes, she can be incredibly difficult to A conventionally, whereas 2S is a phenomenal anti-air, and you can jump cancel it into JK, into whatever, right? So it's very fantastic for that. And the one last little bit of Slayer thing I wanted to say here is if you are going to try to fish for regular Slayer reversals, one of his best reversals to go for is just do FB Dandy and then do a bunker as quickly as possible. It's unsafe, but it's in total like 18 frames, and I have training moded it. It does work in true meaty situations. It will at worst trade because that bunker will come out while the invul is still there. If you want to keep it safe and you got 50 meter, doing FB Dandy into FB Bunker is totally safe and also shoots them into the wall. So if you want to be a little more greedy and just make sure that you're safe, just things to keep in mind if you're looking for like reversals and stuff. Like I was saying, I think Dead on Time is a little risky a lot of the time in comparison to just like spending meter on force breaks. So that's going to be it for the Bone Slayer corner. Ryan, you want to jump over to Mei?
Yeah, perfect. So yeah, good stuff to Moose. Just wanted to talk about Jump H a little bit. This is a button you really got to use a lot to get a feel for how to time it and to get the hitbox where you want it. Like if we go back and we look at the very first interaction in that matchup, Arcade did a Mappa and Moose did a Jump H, and Moose lost. So whereas I think if the Jump H was timed a little bit differently, I think you could have won that, or at least traded, and the trade would have been in your favor because you would have got knocked down. So it's just something where you kind of have to. I'm on a new stick, by the way, so I'm getting used to where the start button is. So this might be a little tricky for me, but there's all these different points in the hitbox. There's this frame, right, where it's below you, and then there's let's see if I can do this. Well, that frame I was going to try to show that last, where it's above you, and then there's the one where it's straight out, in front of her, which is kind of the one that you want when it's when you're trying to air to ground them. That's generally what you're looking for. This one. So this is kind of what you want to see, and once you know what you're looking for, you can kind of see the frames as it's whiffing, like as you land. And so if you look for that frame, you can kind of see it. Well, I don't know if you guys can see it because the quality is maybe so low, me streaming and then, and then it's being streamed to you. But you can kind of see this, very quickly right before she lands. So just something to look at, because you do want to make sure if you're using this button that you're timing it right, that you can actually hit them. Because if you don't time it right and you do it too soon, you're going to be coming down like this. And it's going to be above you. So like if they're still on the ground, see where the hitbox is already? There's no hitbox going down and forward, so you're just never going to hit anybody, if that makes sense. So, but yeah, other than that, good stuff. I mean, I saw you going for some super legit combos. Your general strategy was good. A lot of overhead kiss, maybe something you want to keep an eye on. Make sure you're not using it too much. Once they start jumping out of it, make sure you have some variations. Some good tricky stuff you can do is like, because you were doing like the feint into into the run. I believe you can also do like the feint into like vertical dolphin. I think if you time it, if you charge it quick. Or am I going crazy? I think you could do that. Maybe there's some trick to this I'm not aware of, but yeah, I don't know. But in general, you just want some other stuff to do. Once they start jumping out of overhead kiss. So. Yeah, good stuff.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, last bit of Slayer thing I wanted to say. Very important. Use 6K more as a meaty. Use it as a meaty all the time. Become best friends with 6K. 6K is busted. On top of being plus as hell, it is also incredibly... sorry. I'll switch back to you, Ryan. Show us the beauty that is 6K. Yeah, here. Yeah, you're definitely right. It didn't even occur to me that it was missing. Yeah, 6K. That's one of the other things, actually, that makes 5K so good. Because it chains into 6K. So when you're pressuring them, being able to throw in a good overhead is really strong. The power of this overhead, make sure that you practice this correctly in training modes. Make sure you set the dummy to crouch. In this game, you get extra hit stun on crouch. And so even though this doesn't look like it's very good if you look at it against a standing opponent, because it doesn't really combo into anything, it does on crouching. So on crouching, you can link into 5K. And in the corner... 5K, so 6K links into 5K, and 5K chains into 6P. So that means you can do this, linked into this, chained into this, and you get a nice combo in the corner. So, that launches them, and then you get a corner combo. You can also do funny stuff with their crouching, like do 5K into bunker.
Yeah, exactly.
World's kind of your oyster if you hit them with the 6K and recognize that they're crouching.
Yeah, I mean, mid-screen, can't you do, like, 6K, 5K, force break, dandy?
You can do force break banking the bunker on a standing opponent. You can do regular dandy into regular bunker on a crouching opponent.
Can't you get crosswise, or am I making that up?
You can. Yeah, you can always get crosswise, but I think you can only get crosswise as a force break.
Right, with force break.
Yeah. And then you can do that into
Yeah. So that's like so good.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, something definitely to mess with. I'm so glad you brought that up because I didn't even realize. I don't think we saw a single 6K, did we?
No, and also one of the biggest things about 6K in this game is just on a basic level, it's throw invincible because Slayer's hopping. So
Right.
as a meaty in this game, having something that's that active, that is throw invincible and plus on block is invaluable as a meaty tool. Even if they're blocking it, that's great for you. Now you can like command grab them afterwards, you can do whatever, right? Like it's so advantageous for Slayer to go for.
Romantic.
Anyway, we ready for our next one here, Ryan?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh yeah.
We were talking during the match also about, different conversions. So, just one other thing to note here while we're waiting one more second is, on the really lightweights, just straight, when you get a crosswise, just straight into jump K.
Yeah.
Which is just a good route to know in general, because sometimes you just get random high up hits and you know you're not going to be able to get anything else. So it's a good route to know in general anyway.
Yeah. Last thing I'll say is just that's why I tell a lot of Slayers just do bunkers. Juggles of Slayer are hard and character specific, and so while you're learning them, it's totally okay to just do bunkers. And anyway, we're getting into our next one here, and Ryan is going to be having a big smile on his face because we're going to be getting Redemption Venom up against Vertigo Testament.
Nice.
Also, thank you very much, Power Orange, for the big Subaruni. 2 months. Appreciate you, Power Orange. Wow. Beast pressure.
Just writing down the characters. Okay, cool.
Motivation
jump
on
out
that
of the,
beast. That was beautiful.
Yeah. Okay, Oki, yeah, 6P.
Oh,
the
no!
burst. So that's just an experience thing to know what Testament's combos are going to look like. Once that sweep was out, it was a risk to burst there for exactly that reason. So a little bit unfortunate, but it's okay. It's only round 1.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, in general, I think Redemption is starting to adapt here with that dash in. But Testament is, like, kind of one of those characters where it's like, hi, are you a zoner? Do not try to zone him. Like, you will wind up in the worst possible positions if you let him breathe.
Yeah, I mean, I think Venom can zone him if you're good at playing around HEXE Beast.
Yeah, that one.
Like because he has air summon, so you have to be ready for him to do H Beast and then get an air and air summon. Because the thing is, the balls cover so much space that they are really good at clearing nets, and so you can kind of fight the zoning.
I was gonna
as long
say,
as you avoid EXE Beast.
George of the Jungle, watch out for that tree. It's hard to pay attention to because it's one of the most subtle animations in this game, but you have to. It sucks. You have to really have your eyes glued on Testament and recognize when he's putting the trees down because you see his hair blow back a little bit when he does it.
Yeah, for sure. Like right there.
Right there. But that was yeah, got the hit, managed to luck out. H-Mad struggle.
No punish. Oh, that's gonna hit. Oh,
What?
Wait, he did the delayed one or?
Yeah, did he? There it is.
Yeah. Yeah. So you can never hit him out of the other one. The other one, once the super flash goes, it always comes out. It's like 1 frame or something.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah. So the fact that it didn't come out was a tell that it was the delayed version, and the delayed version just comes out in 5 seconds. It's just like it just comes out 5 seconds later. Period.
Yeah. It's also big, so even though he like managed to kind of get on like past the hole a little bit, it does extend a little bit behind it. But yeah, like you were saying, I wasn't saying that zoning him won't work at all. I just meant that, like, on a basic level, if Testament manages to get up his beast, it's just like that. Wow, he flipping over alligators. Welcome to Guilty Gear. Once the beast is out and you haven't established your zoning pressure already, you have to acknowledge that it's Testament's turn to zone. It's, like, not mine.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's still tricky, even if you jump over, like, if you jump and start summoning over the H-Beast, because you have to come down at some point, and he can hold it for a while, so... I really like the dubious curves and the pressure here. They're catching Vertigo, and so Redemption is just continuing to do them. It's working really well. Nice stinger to get the curse off.
Wow, he kind of lucked out with that beast.
Yeah, he tried to cancel the sweep and stood up immediately into the curse.
I was wondering what happened. I was like, does Venom stand up in the middle of 2D or something?
Yeah, if he would have not canceled, you recover crouching, and then he would have been fine. But, yeah, he canceled probably into Ball Summon or a Dubious Curve. Okay, nice. Okay.
Wow.
Nice! that was a really good confirm because nothing else was going to work from that range. That was the only thing they could have done. Oh,
Wow.
this is bad.
That was actually such good a bar there from Vertigo. Oh, why just YOLO do it?
Oh no, unfortunate. Again, that's just an experience thing. Testament's kind of hard to burst because a lot of Testament's air combos, he's trying to get under you like that to get a one-hit Badlands like that. So, oh nice. Oh, that didn't combo? That's weird.
Yeah, weird.
Not a true combo.
Not
Was
just
that
coming
two?
here. Vertigo is indeed going to be taking the quick 2 over here over Redemption. And it sounds like you've got some Venom Theory fighting that you want to talk about here a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. Let's take a look.
Also, Sejam, thank you very much for the big raid. Why are there only 12 people? People don't like Resident Evil 8 that much? What's
The
going on over
big
there?
1-2.
The big
in
1-2?
Strive numbers. So,
Coward.
so real quick before we get into the Venom stuff, good stuff from both sides. Vertigo, I guess we'll be seeing a little bit more of you probably. But I would say from your side, you were doing a great job. You were actually doing a really nice job of varying your offense, keeping it unpredictable. Fantastic. You were canceling different things into EXE beasts and stuff like that. One thing I did notice was a little bit missing was 2H. This button's really good and really annoying. It's good both just as a normal Gatling when you're doing pressure, just stuff like this. But it's also good defensively because there's some invuln. It can go through things. It's kind of a little bit annoying for Venom to deal with, but just most characters in general. So definitely mess around with this move a little bit. It's really strong. And the other thing I would mention for you is there were a couple of times when you were poking with like Far Slash, and it was hitting. You were doing it out of range like this, and your opponent sometimes is going to run into that or extend a hurt box into it or something. You always want to be buffering something in those cases. Like you can do 6K. Even if it doesn't necessarily combo, you might get a counter hit and then it'll combo. Crouch a counter hit, it might combo. I actually don't know on Testament, what the requirements are for that to combo, but you want to be doing something. 2H at some ranges, or sweep. Sweep would be another one to potentially do, or just special cancel. Buffer EXEBs so that if they run into it, you get an EXEBs. But yeah, other than that, really good stuff. So from the Venom side, I mentioned during the match, really good stuff on pressure using Dubious Curve to beat the mashing. I think the main hole in your game plan was when you were getting knockdowns, there was a distinct lack of flow into the next kind of thing that you did. So you want to try to work on moving from one sequence to the next. So for example, you get a knockdown, you want to go into a mix-up, either punch ball 5P and then dash up, or A ball jump K and then get a mix-up. You want to be prepared for that kind of stuff, and that goes with doing stuff like Dubious Curve on block, because if you're doing it on block, you are hoping that it hits, right? You're doing it under the expectation that they're mashing buttons or something like that, and you're maybe going to hit them. So you want to be prepared that if they get hit, you treat it like Oki and you continue on, and you don't just kind of deer in headlights, not sure what to do. So sometimes maybe do K Dubious Curve, that way if it hits, you can do something like this. But overall, I mean, the structure of your pressure looked good. I would say the other thing is, like I said, you were doing a really good job with Dubious Curve, but don't neglect Carcass Raid. The dummy's not blocked right now, but figure out some simple strings. It can be a little bit tougher to do stuff like this with just Close Slash, but you can always throw in a sweep to get yourself plenty of charging time, and get a Carcass Raid in there. So you definitely want to mix those two up at the very least. I would say that the two most important special moves for your block strings are S Carcass Raid and Dubious Curve. So, but yeah, good stuff overall.
Yeah. Awesome. I think we are ready to get into our next one here, and this should be I think this is officially going to classify as a silly matchup, Ryan. This is going to be some Looney Tunes shit, because we're going to be getting Bridget versus Cliff. You know, one of these characters is flying around all over the place. They're just having a dandy good time, and one of these characters has arthritis. So we're going to see what happens.
Is it Cliff?
Yeah, Cliff's the one with arthritis.
Okay.
But definitely one of those matchups where if Cliff, you know, hits Bridget, he's going to cut him in half. This boy weighs about 1% of Cliff's sword. But Cliff's also not very mobile, right? And Bridget is really going to just be at such high angles that Cliff just cannot reach. So we're going to see how G-Dom here is going to be able to navigate that.
All right, let's see. Damn, pink match. Hell yeah.
Oh, heck yeah, we're in it.
This is like so color coordinated. I can't handle it.
Wow, that was actually a really smart jump there out of that pressure. Recognize you're a little too far away. What is with Cliff players and selecting Holy Orders, question mark?
So the first thing I'm noticing right away from G-Dom is for the amount of time that has passed, there you go, a lot of jump D use. I like the, I have no idea what that move is called, but the straight down special, that move is super good.
I just call it the ground pound.
Yeah, exactly. A little nape saddle thrown in.
That's one of those things where, we've said this before, where Bridget does not have a tremendously high damage output. That was so smart navigating around the chop with the bear. Usually Bridget doesn't have a very high damage output, but if you get hit by the wrong things, it hurts really bad, and Blade Bear is one of those things.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like from the Cliff side of this match, you really just have to be patient. Like, look at the damage. G-Dom, you know, they're trying to make something happen, which I get. What they just did right there is the way I would be trying to make stuff happen, with just slowly approaching and looking for jump S, jump H, stuff like that. Because the more you fish for stray hits with like jump D and like the big hits, you're just leaving yourself open. And you know, those moves do have a lot of recovery.
That was a phenomenal anti-air there, but G-Dom hasn't recognized now. Datapod has woken up with Starship twice, and that is incredibly punishable. The FRC going for the fancy
tricky.
Stuff.
Very tricky. Okay.
Oh
no! He comboed! 5-hit combo on both sides. Yeah, somebody take a screenshot of that.
That was so...
5-hit combo on both sides for a second there. That was so unfortunate. The last hit of the drill got hit by the blade.
That's Guilty Gear. We're both just comboing each other simultaneously. Yeah, Datapod is looking ridiculous. This movement is all over the place. Roger saving lives. Roger destroyed a life. Did you see that? Are we watching the same game?
Yeah. Ruined a life.
Oh, wow, just outside an ape saddle.
Yeah, I mean, Bridget here doing just a great job of, you know, staying mobile. Another wake-up DP.
Yeah, it is one of those things where he has a fantastic DP, right? And you have to respect it a little bit. Like, it's just a great option for him to go for.
Yeah, well, the annoying thing is it's the combination of the DP with the delayed wake-up can really just wreak havoc on Oki and on you know, wake-up timing. Again. You see, the jump D, I feel like maybe that's something that, you know, a Cliff would do more in a matchup like Venom or, you know, Testament or somebody who's zoning you from the ground. But Bridget is zoning you from the air, so the jump D, I mean, we haven't seen it work once, and it's the kind of thing I wouldn't really expect it to work very often. Bridget's just not going to be in that space very often. Great awareness to block.
Yeah, manages the FRC.
Okay, opportunity. 5D, oh, wow. Let's go. Okay, gets the burst at least. Small victory. We get the round 2. That
would be nice.
Oh, the jump D hits. Oh, but the wake up DP.
You gotta be ready for the starships, man. They've been coming out in fierce. What's the move Cliff has where he kind of like reaches up and bops you with the hilt? Is that 6P?
Scale Ripper.
I don't know the name of it. I mean,
oh, I think it's just 6P. It's just a normal you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's just 6P.
Yeah, it's like, man, Ryan knows all the names of the command normals in this game.
Now, Scale Ripper is the one where he, like, flings the sword back and forth really fast, like, pointed straight up.
Yeah, and this is one of those matchups where Cliff's reversal can be so powerful against a lot of the cast, but... Did he just slash back that?
Maybe I couldn't see.
Our ship and G-Dom is looking comfy. Data. Sorry. Oh, I just switched the names.
Oh! That's a bait for the DP. Oh, I thought he was gonna throw. Would have been so good.
If G-Dom had gone for that on the like every other knockdown he did, I think he would have.
Yeah.
Just destroyed him. Like.
But I mean, honestly, I'm thrilled that there was an adaptation there. Yeah, in the grand scheme of things, like in a tournament set, it feels bad that you got hit by it 5 times or something, and it took you 2 games to do something about it. But in the grand scheme, that's really good, especially if you're a newer player, to adapt to something in 2 games. We gotta put that in perspective here. That's a good adaptation. So in the tournament set, it doesn't look so good, but that's in comparison to pro players that are have trained themselves to do those kind of adaptations in a round. So let's go to character select for a second. So let's look at Cliff and Bridget.
Yo, what's good, Harl? What do you mean, dude?
Here.
We don't do free dudes around here. What do you think this is?
So, yeah, what I was saying at the beginning is, the jump D did work that one time, but you'll notice that the time that it worked, it was at this kind of range because Bridget was actually, where the jump D could hit. But if Bridget is jumping around and you're over here and you're trying to do this, like the odds of Bridget being where this is going to hit is extremely, extremely low. I would be much more inclined to be, trying to make progress where it's clear. There were a couple times where, you dashed into Roger, things like that. You gotta have patience in this kind of matchup. The way that Bridget beats you is by frustrating you. You have to out-patience Bridget. So, take your time, look for clear spots to just advance on the ground, and when Bridget, eventually, you're gonna back him into the corner, and when Bridget tries to go over you, fish with, stuff like this. Cliff has really good air-to-air buttons, like really good air-to-air buttons. So, fishing with this and buffering into this, you could make up a lot of damage really quick with something like that.
Give me 2 seconds, Ryan. I'll be right back.
Sure. So you can just do these moves and just buffer the force break, and then if you happen to tag, you can get a conversion depending on the height and stuff. So definitely something I would think about in those kind of matchups where the person's spending a lot of time in the air. Your Bridgets, your Maze, those kind of characters. The other thing is if they're zoning you, and it's not a very active zoning, like Bridget is zoning you, but it's kind of passive. Don't forget about not that. This is legit. I mean, if they're not going in and you just need to advance on the ground, this can cover your advance. This is like super legit. So there's obviously like really advanced Oki setups that you can do with this and stuff like that, but don't discount it as just a projectile in especially this kind of matchup. In other matchups, Venom, stuff like that, Testament, that's probably going to be too slow. You're going to get punished for trying to do that most likely. But even in those matchups, if you time it right, if you let an HEXE Beast whiff and then do this, what is Testament going to do really? So just something to think about. But yeah, good adaptation on the DP. This was like probably the best punish you could make for yourself. By baiting the DP, so that was awesome. From the Bridget side, honestly, not that much to talk about. I think you played really well. You were zoning really well. I think really it was more on G-Dom kind of running into some stuff that they didn't need to be running into, so you were getting a lot of free damage. But you were putting Roger in great places to create those kind of opportunities for them to run into. So really good stuff. Honestly, I'm not going to spend too much time because I think most of the stuff you did was really good, and I expect that we're going to see more of you. The only other thing I would say, obviously we touched on it during the match, but you were using DP quite a bit, so maybe you want to be careful of that. But until you get punished, like we're going to say a lot tonight, it's good as long as you are aware that you're doing it. So just stay aware, and yeah, good stuff overall.
Yeah, I think the one thing I'll say, just in terms of like DPs and punishing them in this game, is that you have to remember that Guilty Gear is a game with a lot of wacky wahoo options, right? So it's not like it's not like Street Fighter where a lot of times the beta DP, you like walk up and block in their face, right? There's other things you can do. So like, as a quick example, we saw GDOM do charge 6H from downtown, right, to punish it as soon as he did it. Like Slayer can do 2H at a range that Starship will actually whiff, and then Slayer will recover in time to punish. So you can explore your options to punish stuff like Starship. Ultimately, it's not like an unbeatable DP or anything like that. And making it whiff by standing outside of the range of it and just being ready to poke him afterwards is great because it means that he can't RC it.
Well, it has an FRC.
It does have an FRC, but if they can do that...
Yeah, but if
then...
you make it whiff, they're probably going to whiff the FRC because that totally changes the timing because there's no hit stop. So, yeah. Yeah.
That's what I was getting at. Anyway, I think we're about ready for our next match. But before we do that, Ryan, really quick, 2 people have redeemed big doots from me. So really quick, everybody, we're going to do our first big doot here. We're going to go... Thank you very much, Harl, for the big doot. The Harl was the one who started these Hoop Cups. So by the way, thank you, Big Harl, for, you know, encouraging everyone to play some fighting games. And then we'll do our second doot here for Dimax, and we'll do it with big... Thank you very much, Dimax. Thank you, everybody, for
This is crazy because I don't know what you're doing. I only hear the noise, so I have to imagine what it actually is.
I'm just doing it with my mouth, just... Anyway.
Oh.
No, not really.
I thought you had some kind of cheap instrument.
I have a big tube.
Okay.
All right, everybody. So whenever our players are ready here, we're ready to get into this next one, and it looks like it's going to be...
everybody knows Tiny Butt Cheeks.
Good old Tiny Butt Cheeks. It's going to be Jenkins Cliff versus Wall of Pain Potemkin. Pot versus Cliff feels like a matchup that I've seen quite a few times in this here game. 2 very popular characters, I think.
Yeah, so I mean, this is going to be the opposite of what we just saw, where instead of Cliff trying to get in, we're going to be watching Cliff trying to zone.
Yeah, right. Trying to zone, but Cliff does have a lot of powerful tools for this matchup, right? Like things like, you were talking about the words earlier, but, you know, talking to Pot, he's weak to words. It breaks his bones.
Yeah, although I don't know that I would ever really try that against Potemkin because he could just react with Slide Head. It's pretty easy to react, I think.
You know what? Good point. Never mind. Disregard everything I just said. Don't ever try to talk to Pot.
Also, it's a pretty easy flick for him, probably. Although you could probably cover that because you can get ahead of the words. But,
it's a meaty.
Okay, nice little combo here. I like it.
Oh.
I think they tried to Heavenly and got heat instead. It might have been intentional heat. It's hard to tell. It's kind of overlapping inputs. Oh, nice. So the 6P was too soon, but I don't care. The idea was perfect. You got thrown off because it was a super jump instead of a normal jump. Ooh, just out of range.
A little bit. Trying to charge the 6P was, I think, anticipating some sort of bigger jump in. Gotta go for the young man super, but a little far away.
Ooh. A little slow on the jump S. Good idea, though. Good idea, just to control space.
And the big old forward Mega Fist. Whoops, I'm not in spectator mode. 1 sec. Bam.
Please select your character.
Important analysis, Ryan. Do you think Jenkins is that an old WoW reference, or is that just their name? What's your read?
Just their name, I think. I don't think anyone's referencing a 15-year-old meme. Super quick, Nerzum in chat says Heat is H, which that I know, but they say HPB is S. Is that true? We sure about that? I thought HPB is H also. I definitely could be wrong. Certainly not a Pop player. It is S? Okay, well then never mind. Then it's definitely not overlap. Alright, nice little confirm. Jenkins with the burst. Wow. It looked like Wall of Pain actually was ready to block that 5D, but it actually whiffed.
Oh, he breaks his back for the end here. Wait, now some people are saying it's H. Help! What is it?
No, they're saying the H stands
is
for Heavenly.
Damn it, Doinkilla.
Oh, nice little conversion. Okay. See you. Buster? I think maybe you could punish that with Buster at certain ranges. I mean, it's certainly the frame data, you could punish it, it's just a distance thing.
Charging it up, Napin in. Ooh, it looks like he actually tried to flick it.
Yeah. Okay. Oh no! Oh boy.
Oh, his little old man bones. They can't do that attack.
Yeah, this is... Okay.
He's home.
Nice. Nice.
And the
Simple
meeting,
stuff. There's the heavenly.
And
Death, yeah.
dead! Oh man, I thought he was gonna be alive for a
Yeah,
little
tough.
bit.
Yeah, really good stuff. Really good stuff. Let's jump into training mode real quick. Let's look at Cliff again.
Pot's bottom right.
Thank you, sir.
I got you. But someday we'll
So-
learn where all the characters are.
Yeah, good stuff from both players. Jenkins, I think maybe just from an overall strategy standpoint, one thing you should think about is it seemed like you were either always moving back or moving forward. Something to just think about is sometimes you just want to hold your ground. So there were a couple of spots where you did like IAD jump S or jump forward jump S. Don't be afraid to just you can just do this, and it's ironic against an opponent named Wall of Pain, but you can just become a wall, especially in a matchup like this where you want to be careful staying on the ground too much, especially if you're first learning to react to slide head and you're trying to preempt it. But just kind of standing still. You don't have to be doing something. This is something that took me a while to learn myself. I felt like I should always be doing something. You don't have to always be doing something. Sometimes, especially against Potemkin, just stand still and see what he's doing and react. Let him make the first move. You're not obligated to do something. Poking him with this sometimes. If he's also standing there, doing stuff like this. This is really good because it'll break Hammerfall armor because it's 2 hits, and you can just kind of annoy him with stuff like this or stuff like this. But and then once he starts going into the air, like you were doing, a lot of jump S, but just you don't have to be moving forward or back. You can just be doing stuff like this, double jump, change the timing, stuff like that. Other than that, I think you played it, fairly well. Kind of got beat up on defense a little bit, but that's an experience thing. It looked like you had the right ideas, just needed, a little bit of a different momentum, a little bit of a different pace, I should say, for the kind of stuff you were trying to do.
Yeah, I don't think, correct me if I'm horribly wrong here, Ryan, but I don't think we saw a lot of reversals from Cliff, and Cliff is a character who does have relatively powerful ones, so, like, it's one of those things that we talk about all the time, right, where it's like, you do want to establish the threat of them as it happens, and then, like, if it winds up that they're, like, baiting it and beating it, that's something else to consider, but I don't think it's something you should keep off the table.
Yeah, I mean, Cliff's main reversal is the dodge, right, which is definitely powerful, so it is something that you want to do here and there. Again, I always preface this every tournament. My Cliff and Justice knowledge is a little bit behind a lot of the other characters because they didn't exist for tournament players until this version. But so correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe the dodge is throwable. I guess I can just test that myself, right? So we can just record that, and then how do you do that? Yeah. So, yeah, it's just throwable, right? So, against a character like Potemkin, you do want to be careful, because if you start using it too much, they're just going to buster you. But it's something, we talk about this a lot, where you need to represent your options. Because if you never use a certain option, the opponent doesn't have to play around it. So at least force them to have to think about it, force them to have to consider it, right? And with that in mind, actually, one of the things I was going to mention for Wall of Pain, not necessarily, and maybe you already do this and we just didn't get to see it because you were doing a lot of meaty 5K and it was working a lot. So you were getting a lot of this kind of thing, and it was hitting a lot. So I don't blame you for just continuing to do the meaty 5K. But what we didn't see really is 6K. I don't think we saw it once. Maybe there was one that I didn't notice or something. I wasn't paying attention for it, but you do indeed do 6K? Okay, good, yeah. So just want to make sure that you're aware of it. If you already do it, great, but I just always have to make sure that, you guys are aware of certain things because it's another kind of thing where you want to represent your options. You want to make them have to think about this. Even if you don't do it that often, you want them to have to look for it and have to think about it, right? So, the first game? Okay, yeah, I only started noticing, like, in the second and third games when, the meaty 5K was hitting a lot. So I was curious if he was going to switch it up. And again, there was no need to because it was working. but just got to be sure.
Yeah, overall, I think that was very solid play. I think that's a scary matchup in general for Cliff, right? I think it's one of those. Cliff fluctuate. It's funny because we just saw two Cliff matchups back to back, and I think they were so different, right? Like Cliff at any time is gonna either be a zoner that is incredibly annoying and like he doesn't want you to get in on him, or you're running away from him and he's mad about it and he's trying to get in on you. And it's funny how that works. And I think it's definitely one of those matchups where Cliff needs to be like annoying.
Yeah, I feel like just in general, like Cliff's like default state, right? Like his general toolkit lends itself to kind of what I was describing earlier, where you're not necessarily running, but you're not necessarily going in. You're just kind of, because the thing is, at this kind of range against most characters, forget Potemkin specifically, but just a general character, if you're doing this kind of stuff, it's so safe, right? Like, what are they really doing to contest, again, general most characters? Obviously, there are plenty of answers out there, but in general, this is a very strong position for Cliff, so the way I look at Cliff, it's almost like you're always trying to do this. It's just a matter of whether you're chasing them or they're chasing you, right? And I think most of the time they're chasing you, and really you're kind of annoying them from this kind of range until you land that real hit, and then you can get the ball rolling and start doing the fuzzy stuff and whatever shenanigans you want to do once you get momentum. But if you watch like a lot of the better Cliff players, your Hanos, your Nerd Joshes, they spend a lot of time just fishing, right? They're not really overextending, right? They're just looking for you to make a mistake and just get tagged. Because the thing is, when you do stuff like this, you don't have to aim for them. You want to just aim to control space, and eventually they're going to run into something trying to move in so that they can actually fight you, so they can actually attack you back, Yeah. So it's not the kind of thing where you need to even necessarily move forward to get into range. You can just whiff this kind of stuff and just, again, you got to be patient to play a character like this. This is not a character for an impatient player, You gotta. There's some amount of your game plan has to be trying to frustrate your opponent. So,
it's kind of what he is by nature. And with that said, I think that we are ready for our next one here, which is going to be Moose, who we've seen before. It's going to be Moose's May going up against Stale Beer's Johnny, the canon matchup, Ryan.
It is canon. The lovers quarrel.
Aren't they just friends?
Well, I mean, I don't know. I don't know the story. May's in love with him, though, right?
My headcanon is that they are best friends, and they hang out on their fun pirate ship and murder people. I don't know. I'm not very good about the Guilty Gear lore or anything like that, but whenever our players are ready here, we are ready for the next one.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought that like she's in love with him and he like leads her on or something. Is that not the relationship? I don't know.
Like, all I know is that Johnny shows up and he goes, "Hey there, baby," and then May trips in and he goes, "Yeah, whatever." And I'm pretty sure that's
a different Johnny, I think. It's a different Johnny with sunglasses.
I gotta double check my notes.
Not sure
Ryan.
That's the same.
Anyway, Moose and Stale Beers, Johnny versus May. Any immediate reactions to this matchup?
I think it's actually somewhat similar to what we saw with May versus Slayer, where again, May is going to be jumping around, flying around on dolphins in the air a lot, and Johnny, probably the most similar character to Slayer, that just wants to be on the ground, has a ground dash, not a run, and just really good ground control. So.
Yeah, it is funny, right?
I love the movement we're seeing already.
It is funny how you can say we love the movement we're seeing already, and then immediately, like, a dolphin just smacks you, and it's like, yeah, nice movement, dude.
Yeah, exactly.
May is one of those characters who can be very punishing off of really simple stuff, like, I was just trying to walk, like, and you just get exploded by something. Great 6K!
So I'm always impressed by newer players who pick Johnny, because definitely, one of the trickier characters to formulate a plan with when you're first starting out. Ooh, nice little confirmment to the up dolphin.
He did in Senga. I wonder if that was intentional, because that was too high, and I think he maybe tried to go for Chaos Dunk. I don't know what the actual move is called, so I'm just going to call it that, but...
Chaos Dunk?
The move where he throws the big fire pillar down.
Oh, Divine Blade.
Yeah, sure, Chaos Dunk.
Yeah. Oh, that's an overhead.
It'd be dude. May 6K. Oh wow, that was such a great challenge.
Yeah. So, what I would say immediately for Stale Beers is, this kind of matchup where you're fighting a gorilla that's just throwing hitboxes all over the place. If you kind of look at what's happening here, it's a lot of like running into stuff, and that's kind of a problem that Johnny has, again, because of the dash. No ground run, so once you try to move forward, you're kind of committed. Unless you walk, his walk is pretty slow. So it's kind of one of those things where you really do have to be patient, because you don't want to be running into too many unnecessary things. Obviously, you got to move around some amount, and I'm wondering if more preemptive jump S might be helpful here. Just to help move around, because to move, you could jump and block to try to move forward, but it's tough to move around when she's just hurling hurt boxes everywhere. The other option is to really bunker down and let her do stuff like that will be minus on block, and that's a little more advanced. Not that it's especially advanced, but from a strategy standpoint, you have to kind of know what you're looking for and know what's punishable. But generally, both dolphins, horizontal and vertical, when you block them perfect like that, are going to give you initiative.
Yeah. And
nice anti-air.
That was fantastic. I do think that an advantage Johnny has in this matchup compared to other characters is just generally fast and like long-reaching pokes that can lead into a lot, right? And I think that as a result, Johnny really benefits from blocking unsafe things disproportionately, I think, to other characters.
Right.
So it's definitely something for to keep in mind.
Yeah, exactly. I'm curious to look at in training mode after this to see if Far/Slash punishes horizontal dolphin. I'm
surely
guessing that
one
it
of
does
them
not.
do, right? Surely one of his gigantic swings that leads into something does.
Yeah, I mean, it's not that negative on block. I don't remember the number off the top of my head. Ooh, that was a juicy hit. I thought that was going to safe jump.
I thought that was
Unlucky.
too. Man, that's fast.
Yeah, that's super fast.
Unfortunately, Stale
Right, not a bad trade. Got the coin.
Stale Beers is having a little bit of a tough time here, just trying to establish some point of control. That looks perfect.
Yeah, that's another great way to move forward. Unfortunately, didn't get the ender, but got most of the damage out of that. Okay. Jump H is another good button because it knocks down. Okay. Cranking up the guard bar a little bit. Can we get a hit? Oh, went for the throw. Nice. Let's see. Okay, got the burst.
Oh my god, the patience. What was he so scared to shoot the J, maybe?
No, that was intentional, I think. 2H is oh, that's going to hit, yeah. 2H is one of his best Abari buttons, actually. It's 5 frames or something. Oh, boy.
No, I just meant Moose was chilling. I wonder what he was so scared of on Wake Up there.
Oh, yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe the super.
I've seen a lot of meter usage here from Stale Beers on block, and I'm not...
Okie doke. Okay, gets the burst. One more chance. Just need chip. Oh, the cross-up jump K. Let's go.
Nice neutral jump. Man, the Street Fighter stuff.
Nice. That's a good trade. Oh, big opportunity. Okay.
What?
Nice timing.
What pressure.
With the miss cancel and everything. Let's go. Stale Beer's waking up. Okay, the miss-cancel dash. Beautiful. I had made a note I was going to talk about that a little bit, but clearly they already know, just haven't really gotten many opportunities to do it. Right, the Okie Doke again. Moose trying to turn around.
Okay,
Coin hitting.
Wow.
Nice, the level 3!
Wait! Oh my god, it's going to hit.
Oh, I like the feint and the trade. Stale
up the
Beer is
dolphin.
turning it all around.
That was
Chip is a
actually-
major problem now.
Yeah, and that was such a smart coin, because even though it didn't hit, no, not a punish.
Watch for the grab. Uh-oh, this is scary. Oh, the 2H didn't hit!
It has invincibility towards the end. There might have even been an active frame potentially, but...
Oh, nice! The jump H!
Jump H. Stale
1-1,
Beers!
that's 1-1, right?
It's 1-1!
Alright, awesome adaptation from Stale Beers. And I'm so glad also that we at least got to see... Again, it's really hard because I'm trying to give people advice, but sometimes, just the nature of, a tournament set, it's short. Sometimes you just don't get to show anything, right? Sometimes you just don't really get a lot of good opportunities on offense, so I'm really glad we got to see some pressure, some miscancels. That was fantastic, really fantastic. It seems like Stale Beers is getting a feel for the speed of the match and where they need to stick out normals to fight the movement from Moose. I love the change with the up coin. I think that's probably the biggest change from Game 1 and Game 2. Just getting those levels for free because Moose keeps running into the up coins.
Yeah, and even if it whiffs, Moose is constantly finding himself in situations where the coin's like coming down on him, so he can't do anything. He gets like paralyzed.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Level 3. For the record, Nomad Noah, I will give my bunnies treats right after this, I promise. That's why you were doing it. And yeah, also just generally seeing more money expenditure here from Beers, right? And while he only has 1 coin here, which actually stinks because Moose has quite a lot of life left.
Some nice little 2-hit there.
Again!
Oh, again, the 2H not working.
Jesus.
I would like to see a wake-up super from Stale Beers, honestly.
Yeah. Oh, wow, that actually comboed because of the stagger. Moose is potentially a 1 round away here from taking it. Can Beers dig deep and start throwing out some more money?
Nice coin. Miscancel. Oh, I thought it whiffed. I thought he baited it. Oh, the command grabs are just eating him up, though. He's got to find an answer.
You have
Okay, the level 3?
Wow, yeah, well, how's he going to spend it? Oh, that was actually the worst.
There. Maybe thought that the command grab was coming, which honestly is a pretty decent bet. Oh, no.
Yeah, it's something that you need to... Oh, wow, that was, I think, an accident. Something you need to realize when you're fighting Mei is her command grab is the run-up, right? And it took me forever to figure that out, too, but you need to start reacting to her running at you, like, after things like that, and assume it's the command grab. But Moose is going to take it there, 2-1 over Beers. And while you're setting up training mode there, Ryan, we'll cut back to our cam, and then I'm going to do this, chat. I'm going to angle my camera down yonder, and we're going to give my bunnies a treat because someone redeemed that. All right, Noah, these treats are for you. Salty, banana.
Symphonic asks, do throw invul normals also go through overhead kiss? They do, yes.
All right, very good, Buns. Good times all around. All right, we'll switch over here to the Ryan cam. Boom.
All right, so yeah, I would say overall, really, really good adaptation from Beers. I think you know, it's actually probably a really good matchup to practice your movement in. There were a lot of opportunities, or a lot of situations, I should say, where you were trying to advance forward, specifically in the air, and you were getting tagged by Vertical Dolphin, where you could have been blocking. It's not like you were getting counter hit or anything like that, you just weren't blocking. So that definitely is something I would look at, because I think just jumping and blocking is probably pretty important in this kind of matchup, just because it can be pretty hard to move. Also, just preemptively, you know, doing jump S. You were doing like a bit of like ID jump H or even jump H, which were working pretty well. It's the kind of thing where you're going to want both, right? Obviously, this is a little bit better air to air, and this is a little bit better air to ground. So it kind of requires that split-second decision when you're in the air to assess whether they also jumped or whether they stayed on the ground. And in general, I would say if they're in the air, I would stick with jump S. But yeah, other than that, like I said during the match, I'm really glad we got to see some of your offense. Awesome stuff with the miscancels. Seemed like once you got a little more comfortable and you felt like Moose was being patient, you felt a little more comfortable going for the miscancels, which I think was a good kind of layer progression, right? The level 1 is make sure you're stopping the mash. You were doing a lot of normals into coin and that kind of thing. And then once you saw that Moose was sitting and respecting, you went for the miscancel. That's exactly kind of what you want to do. So really nice stuff there. And you used a little bit of 6K. I would say that's probably the other thing. I would have maybe tried it a little more. Not necessarily that it's the best thing in the matchup, but just a good way to advance forward with a hitbox, especially if the Mei is spending a lot of time in the air. But yeah, good stuff. And then from Moose, who we saw earlier, I'm not going to spend too much time. We already talked about some stuff. The other thing I just want to mention to Moose, which I actually meant to mention earlier, so I'm glad we saw you again, is vary your ground normals a little more. There's some really, really good normals that you're neglecting. Like to not see Mei use 5K like a lot is kind of blasphemous. This button is just absurd. It's you know, it goes over lows, it's throw and vuln. You know, it has good gatlings. So you know, it's just like a really good meaty because it's throw and vuln. So you could just dash up in their face and then do it, and they basically have to respect it. They either block it or they use a reversal. So yeah, it's just really good. And the other one is Far Slash, especially because in this game it gatlings into 3K. She didn't used to have this. It's kind of ridiculous because it can combo, on certain hits. So I think like on crouching, it like generally, I don't want to say it always combos, but it combos often, I believe. Let's double check that super quick. That's the one. There we go. Yeah, like if they're crouching, yeah, see it has to be like max range for it to not combo. But anything other than that, it's generally going to, I keep hitting H. It's generally going to combo. So, just something to do at mid range, besides the stuff you were doing, just something to experiment with. It's a really good button. It's a really good, really good way to get a knockdown. So, just something to take a look at. But yeah, good stuff, guys.
Awesome. Cool. With all that being said, we're going to be getting into our next one here, where we're going to have another Slayer going up against another Cliff. The Cliffs are coming out of the woodwork tonight, Ryan. We got to stop.
It's Cliff week. Every week we have one character,
Cool. Whenever our players are ready here, we should be able to get on into it. It's going to be Kokusho versus Daimax. And Daimax definitely has been around, Noob Squad Discord all the time. Notoriously known for playing the heck out of JoJo's Heritage for the future. Now, unfortunately, there are no dial combos in this game, so let's see, hopefully, how the transition's going. Whenever they're ready. There we go. Boom!
Please select your character.
Here we go. The funny thing about Cliff is just, I feel like every match, I was saying this earlier, but Cliff kind of plays a little differently, I think, depending on how the match is, but also, like, Cliff's just kind of wacky, goofy times, right? I said he's a Looney Tune-ass character before, and I stand by that, right? So it's just, like, he inherently makes every match, I feel like, very goofy. Oh my god! What a
Round star pile bunker. Let's go. Set the tone right. That's punishable, yeah.
We'll try to go over again.
Yeah, I mean, the drills, we talked earlier about how Slayer is a very ground-based character, and the drill, if you think he's going to do something on the ground, the drill is pretty good. Wow, 2S hitting there.
Yeah, so Slayer does, outside of, like, backdash cancel shenanigans and stuff, oh, that's gonna super hurt! Oh, he's doing the quadruple. He's going in. Oh, my God.
I mean, that's a mean combo, because that is not, meter efficient, but it did do a lot of damage, so.
It may not be meter efficient, but, oh, the cross-up bunker! Dude, I feel like all of Kokusho's health has gone away.
Ouch.
That was actually such a smart reaction. I was just saying how Slayer doesn't have like a lot of very like inherently easy forward advancing invincible things, right? Like Jam has like Puffball, there's like Fujin, there's things that just blow through the screen. Slayer doesn't super have those, so going for something like FB Dandy to get through the words into bunker, very smart option there for Daimax.
Nice 5D here using the letters to set up a mix-up. I mean, this round, Kokusho has really great Chrono Control. I love this right now. The fireball pressure, really nice. Very, very nice.
Yeah, the one weakness of Slayer players is they can't block, and he's exploiting that there. Daimax eating the FRC egg a little bit. Gotta take on a Slayer note.
Alright, nice using Nape Saddle to switch sides to get out of the corner. Wow, the drill.
He tried to use the H Dandy to get all the way outside of him. You can't cross up in the corner. This ain't Street Fighter V. What do you think this is?
Yeah, I mean, Kokusho also used the dodge, so... Oh, nice anti-air, okay. Safe, yeah. Oh boy, Gold Burst in the corner.
Yeah, what's he gonna...
That's gonna hit. Oh! Yeah. Oh, not enough though? Okay, the jump H.
That got a little scrambly.
Yeah, a little bit.
How canon is that Slayer's smoke animation? Is a huge Mandela effect? What do you mean? What does that mean?
Yeah, I don't know what that means either. Isn't a Mandela effect the memory thing where It's like the Berenstein Bears thing.
Yeah, is it like that we all thought there was smoke involved and there's not? Like,
Yeah, I'm confused.
is block animation? What about it? Did we... Oh, does everyone, like, think that he blocks with his smoke or something?
No, he
Oh, 'cause
definitely
Slayers
gives you
don't-
the wax on, wax off.
Yeah.
Right, anyway,
Going-
back to the
Yeah,
match.
sorry. That was just so absurd. It caught me off guard.
Ooh, not a punish.
Yeah, Big Bang Upper is many things, but it's not very fast. It is actually pretty slow.
Yeah. Okay, little mini mix up there. Ooh, maybe he could have picked up off that. The counter hit meaty sweep.
Wow.
Whoa, that hit weird.
Yeah, like from behind, force break bunker. Oh god!
Speaking of hitting from behind, oh my god! No, too high. We talked about that earlier. You gotta use jump K. Nice block.
Wow,
nice.
what a good disrespect. Going in. Oh
Oh my god, beautiful, beautiful.
man!
That was such a good comeback.
Sometimes that happens. Slayer just lands like 4 special moves and you're dead.
Oh, nice dodge. Okay, the corner control. Nice, the small fireball. Oh, big.
Cross a bunker.
Oh,
It's
bigger.
hard. Wow, that combo.
Nice to walk forward, big bang upper to get in range.
Duh,
Let's
man.
go.
Half his health. That was a punish to the slide, or to the side that.
Oof. Man, they are just swinging now. The gloves have come off. Oh, yeah. Yeah, they're swinging.
God.
They're swinging.
Dimax swoosing on in, under it, bunkering the old man directly in the face.
1-1. See, and you notice the more they swing, the better Slayer does.
Yeah, that's a.
I think he's a little bit better at that. Just gonna throw that out there.
Honestly, like Dimax is playing the character like correctly, right? Like the way that Slayer kind of works is that the scramblier you make it, like it is really hard to scramble with Slayer and come out on top. Like he can just explode your health bar with unfinished combos, right? Like.
I mean, I really like the adaptations that we're seeing from Dimax. He's playing around the drill much better. Nice reversal. Wow. Oh, that almost hit meaty. Oh, nice conversion from Kokusho. And nice, just throwing off the timing of the drill, doing it right before they landed.
Crosswise.
That's really far.
Yeah, it's too far away to really do much off of it.
It maybe did Mappa, but...
Oh my god!
And look at them swinging. They are just swinging.
Crosswise hits.
Wow,
Oh
crosswise
my!
hitting backwards. What? Oh my god. Oh, that, yeah, conversion, nice. Wow.
Oh, he was a little
The
too far
drills.
away.
Okay, so I said at the beginning of the round that Dimax was playing around the drills, and then it all... The second half of that round was like 4 drills in a row, so definitely gonna have to make some adjustments. That is I think what is killing Dimax the most.
Yeah, I mean, drill is such a good neutralization tool. Oh, the big bang!
Okay,
Oh,
nice jump K. No, okay, going for a reset. Punish. Oh, missed the punish.
Wow, they all hit it
The
once.
amount of normals that have hit backwards in this set are actually ridiculous.
Yeah, they just keep crossing each other up. Oh,
Oof.
the egg.
The active frames of the fireball pickup. Simple combo. Corner control now. Yep, nice.
Good
Very
air
nice.
control.
Yep. Chip is a problem. Wow, missing the punch again. It has the right idea though. 5K
Okay.
is... Oh,
Wait,
counter
that's a
hit.
combo! Oh!
Okay.
Oh my god, he's
Okay.
not dead, but he's gotta be close. Try to go for the cheeky
Oh, the
reset.
drill, of course.
Kokusho is gonna take it over Dimax, but man.
That was a great set.
That was
That was a great
fantastic.
set. Let's look at Slayer. I feel like we've talked so much about Cliff already.
Yeah, right.
So, number one thing we got to look at right now is we got to look at, I don't even know how to do it. How do you do the drill?
You got me.
There we go. Okay. It's quarter circle back S for anybody wondering. All right. Let's look at punishment on this. This is, I feel obligated. I have to imagine 5K is the way to go. This move, I believe, is minus 6, I want to say.
I think 5K is 7 frames. I could be wrong.
I might be wrong about it being -6. It might be 8. Is it 8? Yeah, I thought it was an even number. Yeah, I mean, this is not going to be an easy punish, but it's kind of important, as you could see, that you learn to punish it, or try to practice it a little bit for the matchup. Because letting them do it for free, you can see how that can go in the matchup where you really just let them get away with it. It being counter hit recovery is pretty nice, though. I mean, from really close, you could 2P, and that should be easier. But yeah, if you can see from this range, it's not going to work. From really close, though, 2P is going to help.
Oh,
yeah, I mean, I-beam helps, but that's now you're getting into,
Ryan, can you use 2D?
I can try. I mean, this is a little bit weird because he's like really close. Let me get him further away. How fast is 2D?
I thought it was fast. I could be wrong.
Yeah, I don't think it's. Oh, it hit. But you're not gonna. I don't think you're gonna get it meaty counter hit to where you're gonna be able to pick up off of it. Maybe though. Let's see.
Theoretically, 7 frames of startup, so a little bit tight, but.
Oh well, if they're really close, you'll hit them out of the air like that. But I think it's more realistic that you're not going to get that. See, from that kind of range, I think because of the travel time, it's not going to punish. Yeah, I don't know. That's tough. But I think 5K is the way to go because this, I feel like at any range, there's no like travel time involved or anything like that. So I feel like this is just always going to punish. It's just a matter of timing it. Which, as you can see, I'm not the best at. But I feel like in theory this should work every time. Anyway, yeah. But let's just talk about a couple quick things. Dymax, we talked about this earlier with a different Slayer. Where were your 6Ks? Crucial Slayer button. Not that you were getting like a ton of knockdown situations, but definitely want to be throwing that into your pressure. Just such a good normal. The other thing is, I would recommend learning a very simple air combo. You don't have to learn a hard one, or a character specific one. Just something simple, so that when you get these random air hits, you have something to go to. Just even something as simple as jump K, jump 2K, jump D, which if you're really high is not even going to necessarily knock down, but at least you'll have something to do. Or jump K, double jump, jump D is even easier, I guess.
Yeah, that's way more consistent.
Something like that, right? Just to have something, because you were getting all these hits, all these big bang uppers, and especially against a light character like this, if you hit the big bang upper high, something like this, you need some kind of air conversion like this. Nothing else, literally nothing else is going to work. I mean, Super would work, Eternal Wings, but other than that, you're going to have to do jump K. So just having a very simple jump K conversion, I think, would go a long way.
The
and
one
then from a
Slayer thing, I just kind of wanted to throw in there. My one quick Slayer.
Yeah, go for it.
Slayer JK is a phenomenal air-to-air button, right? Even against, obviously we were talking about earlier how Cliff just wants to yeet out, gigantic hitboxes all over the screen, and it's very hard to challenge, right? But there were a lot of moments in that set where you were super close to Cliff, and in those situations, Slayer JK is the king, right? Because being able to quickly just win an air exchange by doing, JK, and then you can just do JK, double jump, JK, 2K, JD, whatever, and suddenly have a knockdown is huge. So, when you're in the air as Slayer and you anticipate an air-to-air situation, JK is usually the thing that you want to be reaching for. That's the one Slayer thing I kind of want to jump in there with.
Nice. I'm learning how to do a very simple clip combo while you're talking.
Ryan's learning too, everybody.
Yeah. So one of the other things I just wanted to mention for Kokusho, if I can replicate it here, let's see. So after this, you were doing, when there was one spot specifically where I noticed it, where you had the corner and you ended the combo, and you did this, and then you did this. You were a little bit further out. You were here, so it's kind of perfect. You were at this range, and you did this. just want to make sure you're aware. That's fantastic. That's kind of like the real Oki. That's one of the more kind of advanced ways to set up Oki. Just want to make sure you're aware of why you do that. Chip can actually set up fuzzies on a lot of characters. So once you get them to block something like this, which unfortunately the dummy's not blocking right now, I'm not going to change it, but you can kind of like 50-50 them with a low or landing and then doing a rising jump K. As you can see, this is like an instant overhead on basically every character. So just doing something as simple as this into this, as you can see, it also has the benefit of comboing on hit. So just a really simple way to do a really simple mix-up. On some characters, when you do this, as you can see, like right there, it won't combo, but you can do like, what is it, like, how did I just get the second hit? The delay or something? Yeah, you like delay and then you do drill or something. I forget exactly what you do, but you get the idea. Just want to make sure, you know about kind of why you do that, because it is pretty powerful, so.
Yeah, for sure. And next up, we're getting to that point in the bracket, Ryan, the exciting point where we start to see repeat people, which is sick because we get to see them, see them in other situations, potentially give like, because Guilty Gear is such a matchup heavy game, right? Like how you play one matchup might be totally different than how you play a different one. Unless your name is Mei. And in this matchup, we're going to be seeing Mei versus Testament, which is definitely a bit different, right? Then we've been seeing a lot of Meis versus other characters who kind of want to swing big buttons and stay in each other's faces, but Testament, not super one of those characters. So
yeah, exactly. So this is going to be all about Mei trying to get in, and Testament trying to zone. Testament trying to just hold control of the screen and not let Mei go forward. It's Mei has some pretty good normals for clearing nets, her jumping normals, and she has some unique approach angles with jump 2H and stuff like that, so a nice block on the 6P. Okay.
Wow, that was actually such good defense and response from Moose there. I don't think this is Moose's first Testament rodeo.
I had to check my previous notes because right away the first string that Vertigo did, he used 2H, which I mentioned I felt like I wasn't seeing that much before, so nice.
Double Bs.
Yeah, kind of let go of them together accidentally.
That was a little mean. That was just like, I feel like just moonching them. And it's like, wait, no.
And there you see what I was talking about. Yeah. Really good way to clear the net. Nice 2S. Yeah, see, she just doesn't care about the nets. I almost wonder if trees would be better, and then just, let her run into it, just block and let her run into it. What a block! That was cross-up. What the hell?
That sounds like a good idea, Ryan, but I feel like also if you ever saw Mei go through your tree with overhead kiss, I would loud cry and uninstall the game. So, I mean, you have to consider the psychological damage.
That's true. Nice corner combo. I had it and didn't trust it.
Wow,
got the horizontal dolphin to hit meaty. I love that corner combo.
Two quick ones for
that that didn't exist in vanilla.
Mei was by all grounds less technical in vanilla, and also just did like 3 times the damage off of random things.
Yeah, I mean, she did ridiculous damage. I don't know that I would say less technical though, because the loops were actually.
Oh, were they harder?
I guess they were actually kind of the same. It was like close/5H, but what is this copy pasta? But she did more of them, and they were, there was a lot of character-specific variations. So I don't know, but maybe she still has those in this game. I'm not sure.
Wow!
Oh, nice little impossible dust.
That was great.
I guess technically not impossible dust, just a one-hit Badlands, right? But
slightly possible, approaching the asymptote of impossible.
Yeah, it was exactly approaching the asymptote.
Yeah, remember, everyone only gets one pasta. If we see you post it again, you're banned. Not really, but don't do it. You see Vertigo already down so much life here.
Yeah, I mean, Vertigo is just struggling to not die in this corner. I love the variations in the block strings here. Okay, nice curse to stop the Vertical Dolphin. The Vertical Dolphin's really been the one that's giving Vertigo the most trouble. I thought that was going to combo.
Wow.
I was getting hyped for a second.
I feel like Vertigo has gotten kind of lucky with these. Oh my god, what movement!
And the jump 2H from the top rope. But I think that this round was still important because I feel like Vertigo got a little bit of a rhythm there. and started to see some stuff that was working, some different options that were working better. Nice little punish. Punish again, nice.
He had the boys coming in.
Yeah, see, the EXE beasts, I feel like, okay, doing it on Oki, sure, but, trying to do it in neutral, I feel like you're just asking for trouble against Mei. Yeah. She spends too much time in the air, and she's too fast. But I like the curse that Vertigo did earlier, just to control the air a little bit. I think that's a really good idea.
I think it's interesting, right? Because Testament is a character he has a variety of traps and tricks, and they are disproportionately stronger or less strong depending on the situation. And it's like tempting to want to overly rely on EXE Beast because it works so well on so many characters. Oh, the delayed one? Okay, backing off. Yeah.
I think Vertigo tried to throw an accidentally got 2H is my guess. What?
Luthor? Did you try to slash back?
Oh, that's gonna combo. Tree.
It's
nice.
Up.
Oh no! Oh my god.
Oh, big tree!
The tree! Oh, but missed the net! Tried to get her with the net on the way down from the powered up tree. That was rough. That was rough.
I feel like Vertigo...
Where in the bracket was that? I feel like that was a pretty good match.
That was a pretty good match. We are getting closer to the end. That was losers... round 7? I don't know what the significance of that is. It's 1, 2, 3 rounds away from losers finals. So we're getting there.
Gotcha. So we saw both those players, so I don't necessarily want to spend too much time. I'd rather try to get into the next match, but I know obviously we're always going to have a few minutes here to at least talk. So just a couple more things for both of them. I think Vertigo, I think you were starting to get, it seemed like you were experimenting, trying to figure out what the heck do I have to do to keep this character away from me, keep this wild animal away from me. I think you figured out pretty quick that the nets were not really doing much. Similar with the EXE beasts. I think, how do you do, I have no idea what his freaking inputs are, but that one time you did the curse and she dolphined into it, I think that was great. I would have almost liked to have seen a little bit more of that. Force Break curse, especially. And I think the biggest thing that I just wanted to touch on was Jump D. So against characters that are spending a lot of time in the air, this button is great. I mean, look at let me see if I can pause it here. Look at how disjointed this button is. It goes so far, and on counter hit, it's like basically untechable. So, if they're just jumping around in the air, throwing out buttons, you can kind of fight that fight. Normally against a lot of other characters, you would want to use nets to control the air, but against Mei, because she can just be a hitbox the whole time she's moving, the nets are way less effective. So, a little more Jump D, even Jump S, but, Jump D is just, it stays out for a while. It's just a really, really good hitbox. So, I definitely noticed you were using a little more 2H here and there. That was awesome. I mean, in this matchup, Mei doesn't spend that much time on the ground, so a little less useful, but FL, they told her she could be anything, so Mei became a hitbox. That's basically what happened, yeah. And then Moose, I think we've kind of said a lot of the stuff, that I would recommend. You're doing well. You're definitely, you are, the tools you are using well. Let's put it that way. So the stuff that I mentioned before was just a few other tools to look into, but for what you're doing right now, I think you're doing great. So
yeah, I think the only thing I'd want to add there is that what I was saying earlier with like Testament's traps, right? Like he's got a variety of different things, and I think depending on the type of matchup is really which ones you should reach for. And for Mei, right, we said it earlier, but I think you said it, how trees are probably the better thing to go for a lot of the time than EXE beasts or webs. Just because trees will actually stop her forward approach, like for real, right? Like, because if she dolphins in, as long as she's in range of you when you block the dolphin or something, the tree will pop up and smoke her. And
right.
The other threats, she can just kind of either swat away, or like you were saying with the beast, she tends to spend all of her time in the air, so that it's not really a threat. Tree is a 2-1-4S, by the way. If you're looking for trees.
No, I'm looking for Curse, actually.
Curse is not just quarter circle forward punch.
Is it?
Yeah,
I don't know. I felt like I tried everything. Nothing worked.
It's quarter circle
so
forward.
So I resorted to the command list. Oh, it is.
It's, punch or kick or dust.
Yeah, see, I feel like this, just to control the air against Mei, has got to be good. Yeah. I have to imagine this is good.
Yeah, forcing her to run at you in the ground or something, and then at that point, that's when you can establish beasts and stuff, right? I think Testament is like, despite being the kind of, there's a lot of meme characters in this game. I feel like where people just make fun of you for playing them almost, where it's like, ugh, Testament, right? Like he's just like a boss character. You're cheat. But like, I think Testament genuinely does take a long time to get used to in terms of what traps to use when, because it's not as easy as just do all of them.
Yeah, no, definitely. But yeah, I mean, just using this. You know, most people, for this kind of control, they will use Force Break, because obviously, even if they block it, it's good. Which I think, you know, there was definitely an argument to be made of using that in this matchup as well. But my point is just that even just the normal one to control the air, because, yeah, she can block that, but she can't dolphin through it. And if you go back and you watch that match, there was a lot of dolphining going on. So, you know, just doing this to shut that down and then controlling the space, you can really slow her down as far as, you know, what her options are. And, you know, let the skull control the air, and then you control the ground, you know? So.
Yeah, 100%. I think that, I think with all that, I think we can probably get into our next match here, Ryan. Does that sound good to you?
Sounds good to me.
All right. Boom, boom, and then let me hit this. And our next one here is going to be one person that we've seen before, Kokusho, going to be going in with the big Cliff. And then Naimaru, going to be playing Kai. I don't think we've seen Naimaru.
I don't believe so. Excited to see more Kai.
Also, yes, Slayer 2S is a good button. Although, it's not... I think as an AA, it would probably lose to Mei more often than not. I don't want to say that, like, with certainty, but I think that, like, straight AAing her might not be your best interest always, but all that being said, Kokusho...
I don't know, I feel like if you time it, I feel like it should be pretty reliable. Maybe not so much against, like, jump H at the right angle, but I feel like the other stuff, jump S, jump 2H, as long as you time it right, I don't know, that move is pretty good. 2S.
It is pretty good, I'll say it's not.
Alright, let's go. Drill. What do we got?
Ooh, the big dive.
I mean, that is definitely another way to do additional overheads. Wow, wake up drill. Okay, jump H, jump D. So Naimaru just trying to... nice. That was really good awareness. I want to point that out. That was really good awareness from Naimaru. They were faultlessing the drill. They were pretty low on life, realized that they were not going to get chipped out, and realized that if they faultless the whole drill, they were not going to be able to punish. So they actually stopped in the middle, and then tried to punish with sweep. Unfortunately, they didn't get it, but the idea was perfect.
Also, yeah, some lore masters correctly pointing out this is a canon matchup. Father versus son, Cliff versus Kai.
Father versus son isn't like teacher versus student kind of thing?
Ryan is making the stankiest face off camera right now of all time in response to me saying that. There's a Pikachu. Okay, now Mario's been able to get something started here. I feel like the last round he just kind of got hit by like 2 or 3 poor conversions.
Oh, great pickup off the fireball. Great awareness. Going for the air throws, not getting them, but getting some jump H's. Yeah, and that led to a sun. No! Okay, well, all right. I mean, that was so unnecessary. Literally any hit would have killed. And that was not guaranteed, I don't think. So you kind of got away with one there.
Wow! He just held the back step for that long. That was so funny.
Nape saddle hitting. Wow. Oh, nice try on the 6P, but good awareness that it wasn't going to hit. Got the 2P from the other side. 5D, okay. Oh, we know the real combo? Kind of.
Almost. Wow, good nape.
Nape saddle again. Wow, the cross up into the drill. Oh.
Yeah, a little too close.
Small drop, okay. Nice pressure. A little too far for the Greed Sever, but it whiffed, so it's okay. Nice far slash. Oof. Oh, that's gonna hit?
Oh, wow, that's
wow, what a trade.
I can't believe that traded.
Yeah, and the drill to take it home. Kokusho taking game 1 here. That was very back and forth. I look over at chat and I see the IK does psychic damage, so it's worth it. I mean, you're not wrong.
You know, but
You're not wrong.
I will say here as a retort to that, consider Kai has like the wimpiest IK in the history of anything. So I feel like the psychic damage is relatively low.
Yeah, that's true. It's basically just like getting hit by like a charged stun edge. It's not very intimidating.
Well, Kokusho is the first one, but Naimaru definitely fighting back.
Heaven or hell?
1d6 psychic damage? Yeah, that sounds about right. It might be 1d4, honestly. Alright, nice knockdown. Nice 3H. So, alright, we'll talk about that a little bit. Write that down. That's a good one. Oh, this should be punishable easily, yeah. Yeah, that was an air drill, so that was like a much clearer opportunity to punish. Oh, nice. I like the way Naimaru's playing. Nice.
I feel
Oki.
like Kokusho is actually doing a fantastic job. I think that they're just reacting when they nape saddle, which is like, honestly, you see a lot of cliffs just kind of throw it out in neutral, but Kokusho...
Over the fireballs?
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
Like, Kokusho's like hanging onto it as an option.
Nice, confirm.
Ooh.
Whoa!
Good punish!
Nice punish!
Oh, and then that was so
wow.
clean from Coke.
That was fantastic. Great punish. Was confident that they were going to get the punish, so canceled the sweep into the letters. Really, really good. Okay, drill. Oh, slight input error there. Didn't get the fireball. Great patience by Naimaru to get out of the corner. Just taking their time.
You saw there again, Koku tried to nape over that. Yeah, see, he's only doing that reaction, which is actually, it sounds like something that's obvious, but like I feel like it's not something you see in practice a whole lot.
Yeah, I 100% agree. It's like when you look at the move, it's almost like that's what the move was designed for, but you never see it used that way. Okay, scramble in the corner here. Nice RC. Ooh. 2S. Meaty. Nice, nice. The low.
Ooh, kind of stuck in the
Okay, opportunity. Okay, meaty 5K, fine.
Oh, the drill!
And then, yeah, the drill. The drill. The Cliff players are out in full force just drilling people to death tonight.
Also, yes, I do believe that Aba players are golems, which means that they are immune to psychic damage. I think that we can say that that's canon.
So let's take a look at one Kai thing real quick.
All Aba players are made from, like, magic and sticks.
Alright, so just want to talk about this move for a second, because we've talked about this before. You know, this move is an insane meaty move. It is extremely active. It doesn't look like it is when you whiff it, but if you actually do it meaty, that was not meaty at all. Like that, even that, you can get it more meaty than that. Honestly, it's really hard for me to describe this. You have to almost feel this for yourself. It's almost like you cannot do it too early. It's just a very weird move. But the point that I wanted to make with it is there was one spot where you got a weird knockdown. I think it might have been off of this. This is the most common because when you get a stun dipper, you can't get a charged stun edge as Oki, right? So it's very common that you use 3H as a meaty after stun dipper. But the one opportunity where you used it, you did it like super early from like a really far range, like from here. Where you could have dashed up more and still gotten it, like more like this range. You don't necessarily, we looked at this last time, you don't necessarily want to be in throw range, it is throwable, but you don't have to be in throw range. You can be outside throw range and it's still, you know, and it's very good. The idea here is that it is very plus, and if they get hit by it, you have all data confirmed because it's 2 hits. You can actually do it so meaty that you only get 1 hit. It's just, you know, timing that is crazy, and there's not really necessarily an advantage to that. I guess you could potentially make it even more plus if you were able to time that, but you don't need to do that. Just go for, you know, the meaty 2 hits, and then you can confirm it into whatever you want. But yeah, really, just a really good button. So I would just I guess the overall point here is just maybe look at this a little bit more, get a little more comfortable with the distance and the timing for using this, so that when you get these really weird knockdowns like this, you know kind of how far to dash up, so that you get the most out of it, assuming that they block it. If they get hit, it's even better. But yeah. And then Kokusho we've seen, so I'm not going to go too deep into anything. And we've also seen like a million cliffs. Yeah, just good stuff overall. Like I said, the drills have just been destroying people tonight. It's a tough move. You saw even myself in training mode. It's something that you really have to practice punishing. It's just one of those moves. You don't have to go into training mode against every move in the game and learn how to punish it. There's some moves that you just punish it and it's easy. But there are definitely this is one of those moves where it's going to frustrate you because it is difficult to punish, and until you go into training mode and spend some time, which I did months ago, and clearly it has worn off because I was struggling to do it. But it's just one of those moves, and it's the kind of move where we were talking about mental damage during that match. This is the kind of thing that, for me personally, this is the kind of stuff that does mental damage to me. When people do moves like this, and I miss the punish, and I'm just like, catch me on a different day of the week, any other day of the week, and I'm gonna punish this 9 times out of 10, and then you miss it, and then you spend the next like 10 seconds, you're not even focused, you're thinking about what the match would have been if you would have hit the punish. You're like, man, I would have knocked him down, and then I would have got Oki, and I wouldn't be in this bad neutral spot where I'm and this is the kind of thing that's neutral damage to me, or mental damage to me, I mean.
Yeah, it's gonna make Nerd Josh smile ear to ear, and you're just gonna be like, damn it, Nerd Josh.
Yeah. So, it's one of those moves that I think it's really worth it to go into training mode and spend a few minutes. And it's not that you're necessarily going to be able to punish it 100% of the time, but the more consistently you can punish it, obviously the better. So,
yeah, for sure. And I think with that, Ryan, we are ready for our next one here, and we're going to be getting, the main character, basically, the person we've been following, it feels like the whole bracket, Moose May, going up against someone we have not seen, which is Newt the Woot, coming in with Faust.
Oh, our first Faust of the evening. Fantastic.
Also, our second JoJo players, they came here to play. They're ready. And also, playing Faust sounds very JoJo's to me. Slayer and Faust sounds about right.
It does. I'm surprised none of the JoJo players play Zappa, though, get the stand.
You know what? That's right. Why don't they? What's the matter with you, JoJo players? Be consistent.
He has a literal stand. You get 8 orbs, you summon the stand.
Yeah, right? All right. Moose versus...
It's funny, too, because Moose is clearly the crowd favorite. Chat is just going nuts for Moose.
Well, Moose, I will say, Newt the Woot, I think this is the first time that they've played in this tournament. But Moose has been around for forever, right? Been playing in the Hoop Corp. Definitely one of those players who I've seen and just has improved tremendously. So definitely has the fan appeal on his side of just being someone who's been grinding the absolute hell. Is getting fantastic backdash away from the overhead kiss.
Awesome backdash. That already makes me think Moose might be in trouble, because this is what I want to see. I want to see Moose put to the test. What do they do as a level 2 when overhead kiss is not working? Because we've really been seeing nice throw right before the bomb went off. We've really been seeing a lot of overhead kiss from Moose in the previous matches. So now I want to see. This is great. So you got demolished round 1. You went for overhead kiss. It didn't work, and then you lost off the momentum. What's your level 2? Show me. Oh, missed the FDC, but I see you going for it, Newt. Missed it again.
But I see you, Newt, It's all right.
Yeah, but I see you going for it. I respect it.
That's how you learn things.
Okay, jumps out of the overhead. Nice, meaty 5K. Let's go.
I feel like anytime a May drops a combo, you're just put in the worst situation in the world.
Yeah. Oh, the mini Faust. Anti-airing.
Calbane rolling?
Okay. Oh.
Wow.
Yeah, that's going to be safe. Yeah, she's low and falling.
That's so funny. She actually jumped over Treasure Hunt.
Chip. Watch out for the poison. Chip. Oh, I thought it was going to scalpel pull for the chip. Oh, the wash pan.
Wow, I did.
Yeah, Moose had literally 0 meter. So that was actually kind of like checkmate, actually. Maybe could have backdashed it on the ground or something. I don't know. Or like dashed forward to get a tiny bit of meter and then FD'd. But yeah.
I feel like that level of meter management is very difficult to bust out in those kinds of situations.
Yeah. I'm not saying it just to be clear for anybody listening. I'm not saying that they should have been able to do that. I'm just saying, whether or not it was checkmate. in theory, there were options. You know, whether those options were realistic or not, that's another discussion.
Ryan's like, he should have just dashed up for 58 frames in order to build enough meter.
Yeah, exactly. Everybody knows that the wash pan is 117 frames after he throws it, so could have reacted in time and then dashed forward. Yeah.
Well, let's see here. Newt is up 1. Moose is definitely going to have to dig deep a little bit. Not that Moose was getting washed by any stretch. Wow, immediately going for the 6
Nice,
piece.
that's a good start. Wow, wake up 2K, and it actually worked. Great little bread and butter.
You know something
Okay.
that's talking about psychic damage? Getting hit by Faust 2K does psychic damage to me. Wow, clash with the dolphin.
I like the preemptive 6Ps from Newt. What a trade.
Now goes for it again.
So it like stuttered a little bit for me. I think those were FDCs into jump D to stall in the air, which if that's the case, very, very nice technique. Nice to get out of the corner, very good. Ooh, unfortunate.
Interesting that Moose is busting out. I don't know what the name of the actual move is, so I just call it the Talbane rolls. Interesting that he's busting it out there. I'm not super sure. Wow, that's still
Oh,
hit!
the cross up.
Hit Faust in the
It's
ankle.
so tricky because it looks like it's gonna whiff.
That's like May in a nutshell, isn't it? All of her stuff feels, you're like, I'm gonna punish this, and then somehow it's still active.
Yeah. Good block. Oh, the bomb, scary. Oh, didn't respect it. Alright, little turnaround here for Newt. Nice bomb bag placement. Yeah, see, I like the run-up 6P. I actually like that a lot. Because of the way Moose has been playing with a lot of vertical dolphin, it's a very preemptive, and that, see, perfect. You know, it preempts the jump and the vertical dolphin. Yeah, there's some FTCs again to stall. Again, tricky. Tricky from Newt. Okay, let's go.
Remaining tricky. Moose, potentially, if he loses this one, will be knocked out of the tournament. Can he dig deep? Yeah, Newt is doing a really great... Wow, great counter poke. Newt is doing a really good job at just denying May at a distance, which is kind of how Faust really wants to play this, right? Like, Pat wants to rely on his big disjointed pokes.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, you know, Newt is just doing a really good job of preemptively anti-airing May and making sure to actively control the air so that she can't move around freely. So really just good awareness from Newt to be controlling the right spots. And for Moose, he's got to figure out something else to do, you know, to stop running into it. And that was great. A little change of pace with the hoop set. And now we're right back in.
Oh, okay,
Oh,
try.
that's
No!
gonna hit, yeah.
Ow! It's a mosh. Oh, his wake up super does not work out.
Yeah, but still in.
The
Oh,
fade!
the okie doke. Perfect height. Gets a second rep. Nice from Moose with the
Wow.
clutch combo.
A clutch
That was
combo
perfect
completion.
height on the first close slash. Beautiful. That was so good.
Moose is definitely still in this. We are 1-1 going into the last match between these two. Man, that was actually what's fantastic about that, and you kind of pointed out there, like varying it up your momentum is what makes all your other stuff work, right? So the fact that Moose did back off for a little bit, set up some hoops and stuff, like completely set up the run up 5S into overhead kiss, right? Like that was such a smart way to just kind of throw off Newt's rhythm a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. And you have to do that. You know, if you can't expect, if what you're doing is getting shut down, you can't expect to just keep doing it and it's suddenly going to start to work again. You know, you have to give your opponent some level of respect that they've adapted and they understand what you're doing.
Wow, that actually counterpoked the 6B.
Okay, Scalpel Pull builds a ton of meter.
It's one of those
Hold the
things that a lot of
corner.
people just burst on the reel in because it's so dangerous to get hit by it.
Yeah, but you got to be very careful bursting the reel in because if Faust does the force break, it's burst safe actually.
Whoa, I didn't know that. Never mind, never do that again.
Yeah, I'll show that in train mode after.
Well, yeah. I felt like a little
Nice.
bit of that was really good combo completion. That felt like a little bit of a waste of meter there from Moose, just because it was unlikely that he was going to actually clip anything at that distance.
Yeah, but you know the round is winding down. They both have a lot of meter. Just to spend it to be safe, I think is very reasonable. Oh no! This time Moose without the clutch drops the game-winning combo, and wakes up. Newt wakes up with the super. Very unfortunate for Moose.
Damn,
Very similar situation to the last game.
Poked in the butt, and you're to blame. There's the overhead kiss.
The overhead kiss.
Hey, 5Ks!
Yeah. He used it in game 1, like the first knockdown.
Great air block, actually forced Newt to get hit by it. Wow! What did he do?
Was that in Senga?
Was that...
Oh, meteors. Meteors are coming.
She
He
got
gets
over
close up to the
meteor.
corner, then he avoids it.
That was actually so sick.
Oh, a little too far for 2S. Ow.
Oh, got knocked away for the whale. Oh, the full screen dust. I don't think it was on purpose. I mean, it was supposed to be chop.
Okay. Scramble. Oh, the overhead. The backdash doesn't avoid it. Very low on life now.
Oh, that angle, that overhead
I
kiss.
love the dead angle. The bomb now. Chip. That's gonna
Whale.
block, yeah. The jump H. Preemptively controlling the air. Really, really good stuff from Newt. And Moose finally gets beat here. We've seen Moose so many times.
We have indeed. and
Really,
just
really
like
good
that,
stuff.
Moose is indeed going to be knocked out here, but Moose, played their heart out this whole tournament. Everyone drop some GGs in the chat for Moose here. Going to be going out just before a loser semis, which does mean that Moose enters our magical graduating class here of bracket number 4. So Moose is going to be banned from the tournament. He's too damn good. And if that's not something to be proud about, I don't know what is.
So, a couple of things I wanted to show here. For Moose, I just want to take a second. I mean, obviously, we've been talking about Moose all night, so I'm going to spend more time talking about Newt than Moose. But one final thought for Moose. We talked a couple of games ago about working in Far Slash specifically with 3K. And I think this was a match where it was a really, really good example of an opportunity to implement that, because when the opponent is going out of their way to shut down your air approach, I talked really early on, game 1, game 2, about how Newt was starting back here and just running up, and from here just doing 6P. Literally just running up and doing 6P from here to preemptively stop any jumps, any dolphins, anything like that. When you start to see your opponent going completely out of their way to shut down your air approach, you gotta do something else, right? And you can really exploit that stuff. Whipping 6P in front of you would have been a perfect opportunity to be doing stuff like this. So just want to point it out. Just want to kind of drive the point home. It's something where it's not necessarily going to come to that very quickly, but if it does come to that, you want this in your toolbox as a way to fight on the ground when they're just doing. The only thing they're doing is stopping your air approach, right? And they're leaving themselves open on the ground. So, just keep that in mind. But overall, really good stuff tonight. So for Newt, a couple of things, especially since this is the first we saw. One thing I noticed was happening a lot. You were getting a lot of anti-air 2Ks, right? This happens all the time. This is a really good anti-air, especially when you don't know which side you're on. This is just kind of like an all-purpose anti-air. The problem is it's a little bit lower reward generally than some of his other anti-airs, but the benefit is that it's easier to execute and you don't have to worry about which side you're on. So a good thing, there were a couple times you were doing it and you didn't really cancel it, or there was one time you did it and you thought maybe she was on the ground and you did sweep, but she wasn't, and the sweep whiffed. I would say the go-to when you do this is cancel the item throw. So kind of, think about that as almost like a common thing to look for, is that when you're going to do 2K anti-air, if you're doing it as anti-air, you can kind of assume that it's going to hit them out of the air. Sometimes they won't hit anything and they'll land or whatever, but in general, you're going to hit them out of the air and you want to just cancel into item throw. So that I would say is the number one thing. The number two thing is I'm going to take a second and promote myself.
Whoa.
I made a video about a week and a half ago. No, actually about a week ago to the day. For day one tips for beginners, and I actually made it because I found myself giving some of the same advice over and over in these tournaments and in my replay reviews and stuff like that. So I'm gonna touch upon one of those, and then I'm going to send you the video to see more in detail. But make sure when you're doing crouching normals and just ground strings in general that you are blocking when possible. So there was one point in particular when you were pressuring in the left corner and you did 2K and Moose burst and you got hit by the burst. And I think if we go back and watch that replay, you could have blocked the burst. And there's really no reason for you to not be holding down back while you're doing the 2K. Or holding back if you're planning on doing a standing normal afterwards, like 5P or something. So yeah, go check out my video. Thank you, Bones. Bones just took a second and got the URL and linked it. So check that out. I spend a third of that video talking just about that and showing some examples. Really, really important to do that. And the last thing is, I'm curious, just for my own knowledge, I believe you can coward crouch under this. Yeah. So this is a very matchup specific thing, but I think it's still a good thing to talk about. Yeah, so it's only the H version, which is kind of what I thought, because the H version goes a little bit higher. But just something to keep in mind, you know, in this matchup, maybe not so useful, but, you know, just think about, you know, potential applications when you see certain moves that are off the ground, if you can coward crouch them. Yeah, because, you know, sometimes if the Mei is doing really predictable strings like this, you can kind of throw a wrench in that by coward crouching. Was that actually a true block string? It is a true block string. So you'd have to IB and then create a gap. But yeah, you know, just something to think about. I was just curious for myself, because I had a feeling you'd crouch under that and then make it whiff. So I love Faust coward crouch. So if, you know, if I was a Faust player, I would be looking to utilize that whenever possible. But that's a little more advanced. So yeah, good stuff.
Cool. Well, on my end, there's a couple of housekeeping things we have to address here, Ryan. The first is that...
That's perfect. I'm gonna get some water.
Ryan,
I need a refill of water.
You
Just
go
looked
get
at my
you
cup
some
and
water.
it was empty.
All right.
I'll be back.
Real quick chat. Will someone redeem the big dude? We'll do a big dude here. Thank you very much, Seth, for the big dude. Well, since your name is Seth, we'll do a good old Sephiroth dude, okay? Thank you very much. JD, what do you want for your dude? And then also someone wants to give treats to my kids. Right now. Yeah. And while I'm giving my bunnies these treats here for this one, Ryan, the thing I wanted to say, which I was waiting for you to come back, so believe it or not, remember how I said Moose is our main character potentially here at this Hoop Cup? Well,
yes.
Good news, Moose has plot armor and is still in this tournament because Newt had something important come up and has to dip out. So Moose is going to be advancing here in this here bracket. So Moose fans...
That is the most plot armor bullshit I've ever heard, and I love it. I love it. If Moose doesn't win this tournament now, the whole thing is rigged. The whole thing is rigged.
Yeah, I can't believe Newt did have something important come up. So Moose is going to keep going. And we are having the bunny butts here as the bunnies munching their treats. And then the last big dude that we'll do here for everybody. Just do a big... And I think with that, we're ready.
I just remembered one other thing I wanted to show super quick. If you could send it back to me for 1 second. I don't know what you're showing right now.
No, you're good.
I wrote down, we were talking about bursting scalpel pull. So just for everyone's info, let me record this here. So typically what you would see for bursting this is not here, and you don't want to burst too early at the top, but you want to, so let me show you the wrong way first. So if you burst right when you get to the top, oh, is it different in this game? Hold on. Maybe this is exert only? Oh, I guess it's exert only. Okay, in exert he has invuln. In exert he has invuln, so if you burst the top too early, it just whiffs. Like if you do this burst in exert, it'll just whiff. You have to wait until he starts doing the chop, and then, yeah, Ryudo is saying it's not in this game. So, but yeah, that's typically the point you want to burst, because for him to bait it there, he would have to not do the chop, basically. And depending on when you burst, you know, it's going to be different. But the reason that you don't want to burst on the ground, what I was telling you, is, oh, how do you do this again? I always forget. It's like, I always forget how to do this. I thought it was quarter circle forward. Oh, it's like forward D, I think. Hold on. Rita, how do you do the force break again? It's like forward D and then quarter circle forward D or something. 236D. Isn't there a second input? I'm doing P. There we go. Okay. So let me, I wasn't blocking. Okay. So I'm holding block. I input the force break and then I held block. And if you burst this, first of all, you know, there's that. But if you burst when you get close, he can just block. So, yeah, so you don't want to burst this too early. You generally want to wait until you get up into the air.
That makes sense. Cool. All right, is that it then, Ryan?
Yeah, that's it.
Rad. Then I think then we're ready to get into our winners finals match. You know, it's been a while since we've seen the winner's side of the bracket, which is going to be two people who have definitely, I expected them to do very well in this bracket. One is going to be Ultra Cloud X, who we've seen before, and we've also seen play on Sajam's stream a whole lot, and also be in Sajam's Clips channel a whole lot, which is a dubious honor. But Ultra Cloud X is going to be in this fighting Ty Tuesday. Ty Tuesday. I was saying this in the beginning, but this is an interesting name. He's an old Let's Play name. Also, I forgot that my camera is currently on my rabbits and not on me at all, which I don't think anybody's really complaining. Sorry, I'm significantly less cute. But yeah, Ty Tuesday, old Let's Play dude. Happy to see him here playing some Guilty Gear. So whenever they're ready, we can get on into it.
Just gonna throw it out there. Cloud made it to Winners Finals. I gave him a replay review a couple of weeks ago. I'm not saying there's a direct connection, but I'm also not saying there's not a direct connection. Just throwing it out there.
I'm just saying,
out there.
If you drop,
I'm just saying,
you know, maybe some Primaroonies on Ryan Hunter's Twitch stream, I'm just saying there may be good luck in your future.
Just saying.
Yes, Ty Tuesday is entering as badsoulguy.com. You know, make sure you go check out. I'm sure that's a real website that exists. Ryan gave me replay reviews and I went 0-2 twice. No, it's
that's why we're doing a second review, Brian. Don't worry about it.
It's a real website. It redirects to his Twitch. That's hilarious.
That's pretty good.
All right. Ty Tuesday versus Ultra Cloud X. Soul versus Millia. Definitely going to be a zany, flying around all over the place matchup, I think.
So I'm curious to see. I was just looking up. I actually have notes on the advice that I gave Cloud. So I'm curious. I'm going to keep that to myself for now, and we'll see how it plays out.
Dang, hitting him with like the teacher stuff. You've got like his report record. Also, I just dropped it to 30, Ryan. Let me know if that helps on your end a little bit, okay?
Yeah, this is still totally fine. Alright, so Ty looking strong so far. Ooh, big hit.
Yeah, tried to jump up. They recognized he wasn't going to actually get like a full combo because that was a weird spacing. Just try to jump up and get a dust again to see what would happen.
Yeah, exactly. It's
6K, wow!
Nice. A little bit of corner carry. Nice awareness. Really good awareness from Cloud to realize that the right stomp is going to run into the disc.
RC,
and
yeah. Whenever...
I mean, go ahead.
I was going to say, whenever a soul is flying at you with Grand Viper, you have to look at their meter. And if you see 50, you just need to be aware that it is a very legitimate threat on the table.
Yeah, I was going to start to go into a rant about how I already love what I'm seeing from Cloud, because what we had talked about during his last, the last time I saw him play, was not being afraid to fight more on the ground. And look, right as I say that, just chilling on the ground, totally comfortable, really good. He wasn't really using that much far slash, and I've seen him already just in these 2 rounds using a ton of far slash, using raw sweep. The couple of times that Cloud has used disc in neutral, same idea. You know, just switching up the pace. This goes back to what we were talking about before with Moose, you know, changing up the pace with the hoop set. Same idea.
Yeah, for sure. And Ty Tuesday has been doing a fantastic job at turning drops into miracles, which I feel like is something that's really important for Soul, because he's such a scrambly character by default. And being able to capitalize off of, like, your mistakes is something that comes up often.
Yeah, wow. So Cloud, oh yeah. Cloud was just trying to get a knockdown, but like you were saying, Ty just doing a really good job of, you know, staying scrambly and getting what they can in the scramble.
Yeah, we said it earlier with Slayer, but Slayer and Soul are two characters who just, they love when something is chaotic, right? Like when they're put in a weird air reset situation or you're put in a weird air reset situation, they like thrive, right? So it's definitely, it is a huge strength of the character, and I think Tai is doing a very good job of like constantly making sure that stuff is always happening.
Alright, so let's see if Cloud can adjust a little bit. Nice. Again, the slash. Picks up the pin, nice. So we've seen some Riot Stomps, nice pickup. A lot of the times, the Riot Stomp, there was a disc out. Nice anti-air. No pin, but that's okay, has the momentum.
Fantastic
Nice.
6K.
Beautiful conversion. So that was DP safe Oki. Notice Cloud was trying to bait the DP by just doing jump FD while the disc, locked Soul down. Ooh. Tried to force break, I think it didn't have meter. Looking at the wrong meter, maybe. Nice. Again, just fighting on the ground. 6P that time. And again, the far slash. A little too far. Beautiful disc again. Yeah. Stopping the Riot Stomp.
Oh!
What I was starting to say before is there's only been like 1, maybe 2 Riot Stomps. Oh my god, the damage. Hold on.
Ultra Cloud, I probably... A burst may have been in order.
Yeah.
That was a lot of
6P! Nice! That's
Nice.
exactly what I was going to say! I was going to say before there was 1 Riot Stomp that was blocked that could have been 6P.
Unfortunately,
Okay,
Boot
nice
Car
hit.
beats Hair Car.
Yeah. Oh my god, the Riot Stomps are coming out. I'm actually shocked that Tai is going to more Riot Stomps after losing the round to getting your Riot Stomp 6P. It's almost like the opposite response I would expect,
But sometimes that's
But
how Soul
sometimes-
players do.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, sometimes they just double down and it's unexpected, Nice movement here from Cloud. Alright, Tai.
You get
Respectful
bad?
DP maybe? Yeah. You take 1 mix-up, you get hit. Alright, now it's time to DP. Right stomp again. I would be careful with that. Cloud already showed... Oh,
Okay.
Wake Up Super.
So the DP just cost meter. Good conversion with the disc. Oh! How did that drop? How'd
Yeah,
that
the
drop,
disc-
Ryan? What happened?
Yeah, the disc definitely threw off the hype for Cloud. Tried to adjust, but it was just a little awkward.
Man, it's Cloud.
So that's 1-1 now, right?
1-1. Cloud managed to get the snipe from the top ropes. It is now 1-1. Okay.
What's the real name of Pin? It's like Silent Force, right?
I have no
Such a
idea.
sick name.
I like how 308 Caliber in the chat said sniped. Appropriate.
Heaven or hell?
It is Silent Force? I'd expect you to know, Most. Wow, what a
Nice
whiff punish!
whiff punish. See, and this is what I was telling Cloud, and for all the other Milia players that are watching, she has amazing air mobility, obviously, but you don't want to neglect her ground normal. She has decent buttons. They're not amazing. She's not like a great footsie character, but she can compete. Far slash, sweep, 5H, just doing disc. She has tools.
Yeah, against a character like Soul especially, she has tools to fight back, like in neutral.
Yeah, exactly. Neither one of them is like all-star, when it comes to ground normals. So, I mean, Soul's 2D is pretty good, but,
But Soul's Milius.
Yeah, exactly. Milius is very good too.
Oh, I wonder if that was a misinput there for Cloud.
Nice.
Wow.
Nice. Just getting out of the corner. Alright, so maybe the disc...
What do you mean clean
pace-
hit? That hit her in the feet!
It was force break. It was force break.
Oh,
It was
I
forced.
didn't see the force.
Yeah.
I was like, what
Yeah,
the
yeah.
hell's her clean hit box?
Yeah, that was a great choice from Tai. So I feel like if I'm Cloud in this spot, the number one thing I want to do is shut down the Riot Stomp. And I think that the reason that it's working is just because the pace of the match, Tai's doing a very good job of keeping it scrambly. And the solution here from Cloud side is to slow down a little bit and let Tai hang themselves.
Yeah, and it's a lot of the times Cloud has been just eating Riot Stamp in the face. He's been going for a mid-screen disc, and sometimes you have to
Right.
make a decision if that's too risky, like against
Exactly.
someone who will just Riot Stamp you.
Exactly. Nice. Very nice. That was something else we talked about, converting into super.
Oh!
Alright, so Tai, just back and forth, tie up 2-1. It's 3 out of 5, right? I'm assuming.
3 out of 5.
I
We're still
forget.
in this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I never remember.
Blow out your speakers, blow out your life. Ty Tuesday is looking pretty clean.
Please select your character.
Waiting for last game, last round, Riot Stomp FRC Grand Viper. I mean, that would certainly be, you know, a way to cap the winners finals.
Does Ty have a California Raisins emote? Is that what I'm seeing in my chat right now? Anyway, Ultra Cloud Ty Tuesday. It's currently 1-2.
Counter.
Right? Okay. Early DP from Ty. Ooh. Okay. Nice, using the force break to stabilize the combo. Didn't quite get the second clean hit, but it was close. Oh, big punish opportunity? Okay, good. Oh, no disc. Maybe try to do nice 6P. There we go.
I can't believe Ultra Cloud
Perfect.
reacted to that. When he's in the corner like that, it's really fast.
Yeah. It might have been preemptive, honestly, because we have seen Cloud just doing 6P sometimes as a footsie tool, which it's legitimate in that regard too.
Ultra Cloud is also doing such a great job of escaping the corner in those situations with the, I forgot what the move is, but basically her fastball.
Yeah.
Just yeeting out of the corner in air reset situations like that is really smart, because Ty's gonna have to do a hard call out to like try to predict it.
And Ty trying to just secure the round, spends the burst. So small victory already for Cloud. Big opportunity here. Oh, the third one didn't hit. Unfortunate. Oh, huge! No burst available. Oh, could have had a bigger punish in that. Close slash 2H into an air combo could have killed. Oh, and that was another opportunity. 6P. Wait for the Riot Stomp. It's coming. You gotta know. You gotta know at this point.
Yeah, you gotta. Sometimes it's totally cool to just stop for 2 seconds and look.
Yeah. Okay, nice anti-air. A little too far. Okay, good try with the anti-air. Yeah, I mean, Ty is doing, again, just a really good job of keeping the pace of the match scrambly. Okay, nice. Good awareness. Trade, guard the pin, maybe? Ty. Okay. Oh, I don't think Cloud got it. Yeah.
Yeah, see, we saw it there
Nice.
again, the preemptive 6P, which is just a great idea in general, right? Because it will... Oh!
Nice air throw.
What a scoop! Ultra Cloud, okay, going down in the last round of this one. Ty Tuesday, if he wins this, takes winners finals away from Ultra Cloud, but if Ultra Cloud does, we will be going down into the last match.
Get some pressure here. Nice. Okay, backdash gets a small hit.
2D is such a phenomenal Abare tool for Soul if you don't have something that's just overtly low invincible to bust out. The DP.
Wow, yeah, DP. Eye seems like they're slowing down a little bit, although the DPs are coming out now, but this feels different. The gun flames are coming out, which we were not seeing at all before.
Wow, he
so
tried
it seems
to
like
take-
Ty's trying to fight on the ground now.
There's the
Okay, burst.
Oh,
Just
he
needs
just
one hit.
running all the
Cloud
way
can
up
definitely
there.
still do this.
Big chillin', Gunflame FRC, there it is!
Oh, that was a
No!
chance. Yeah, that was a huge opportunity.
Yeah.
But Ty holds it together and takes winners finals.
There it is. He's gonna run straight into the Gunflame. Through the fires and the flames, we unfortunately burn to death. 3-1.
So we'll show a couple of things. We're going to see these players again, so I'm not going to go too deep so we can keep it moving. But just real quick, a couple of little things. So for Ty, again, really good job. You had good awareness on your conversions, especially opportunities to situations where you couldn't get anything more than jump D and you just let the combo go, and then there were some times you went for Bandit Revolver trying to bring him back down to continue the combo. So really good stuff there. The only kind of thing that I saw that really stood out was there was like at least 2 times where you hit a Bandit Bringer and you just immediately went into 2H, and because of that you were so far that situation I just described was happening, where you were too far to really get anything else. After Bandit Bringer, you can dash up a bit, so you can try to stabilize your combo that way. I'm doing it from like really far away, but if we went back and watched, I could show you better. I could show you the situations better. But yeah, just something to be aware of that. I think I need to stand her up. Actually, is what's happening. That typically when it hits, also you can sometimes IAD after, depending on how it hits as well. Actually, on crouching, that might be better. Let's see, because it's gonna hit later on crouching. Yeah, I think that's only clean hit, but let me stand her up for a second just to try to show this a little bit better. Stand. Okay, so let's try this one more time. So, like this, so you can like dash up and get a little bit closer, as opposed to just going straight into 2H and then you're too far for, a sidewinder or something like that. Other than that, good stuff. And then for Cloud, real quick. So you were doing a great job. I mean, I talked about it during the match, so I'm not going to talk about it too much right now. But you were doing a great job of playing footsies on the ground. One like optimization I would make is there were a lot of times when you had really good awareness of when you were too far to get sweep after this 5H. And so you were just doing nothing, which doing nothing is better than whiffing the sweep. But you can do slightly better than that, I think, by just doing like S-disc or H-disc to mix it up. So I think it's something where you don't want to do H-disc all the time, because if you start doing it every time and they have a far-reaching normal, they might poke you out of it. But like in this kind of matchup, you can't really do too much. It's going to hit you before you're able to block here. So, yeah, so just something to think about. And the other thing I talked about was just like a general strategy thing where, if the opponent is trying to keep up with you by playing very fast and scrambly, but they're doing things that are punishable, don't be afraid to slow down and let them hang themselves. So, the riot stomps, once you saw those were flying, all over the place, I would have been, you don't want to make it obvious that you're not doing anything. So you want to kind of be, doing this kind of stuff and, whiffing and making it look like you're, doing something. But really all you're doing the whole time is going, where's the riot stomp? Where's the riot stomp? Where's the riot stomp? And you're just waiting to 6P, So just something to think about.
Yeah, for sure. Cool. So I think with that, we are ready to get into our next match, which is going to be losers semis, which is going to be Moose, who has a second chance at life here. A second, the plot armor kicking in, still alive in this bracket, going up against Kokosho Cliff, who we've definitely seen a couple times. So very interesting to see these two players go up against each other. I have no idea who's going to win. Don't ask me to call this. I don't know.
So I'm just looking back. I have notes on everything we've seen. So we saw Moose so many times. Curious if we saw Moose against a Cliff, but it doesn't look like it actually. So this will be interesting for sure. I want to see also, let me look back at my notes. Which Cliff? There's so many Cliffs. Okay, it was not Kokosho specifically, but I talked about, fishing for air to airs and kind of just being a wall and trying to just let them run into your normals. That's kind of what I would expect this matchup to be as well, because again, she's flying all around. Trying to hit her where she is, she's going to be gone by the time you get there. So, it's the kind of thing where you want to swing for where you think she's going to be. Oh, nice. Wow, that was fantastic from both of them. I love the idea of quote-unquote punishing the drill with
wow, bursting
overhead kiss. Whoa.
That was a little spicy there. That was unnecessary bursting.
Nice conversion. Man, they're both already turned it up, and it's only round 1.
Ow! Just hit by the meaty words.
Nice.
Let's see. I'm interested to know, Moose is playing this, I feel like, incredibly grounded. Even though, like, Kokosho's air buttons are theoretically bigger, I would still imagine that May's disjointed hitboxes can still easily let her fight in the air with them.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think if the Cliff is really on point, I think he probably goes over the top. But, I mean, we've been seeing Moose do some vertical dolphins, which those are still good.
Yeah.
As long as he doesn't already have the hitbox out, it's going to be good. But yeah, I mean, you can just see Moose is having a hard time getting the game plan going. Nice jump H. Didn't get a hit, but well, it was well placed. Nice vertical dolphin. And see that right there, that whiff jump H into throw, that was exactly what I was talking about when we first saw Moose. You know, about the timing of that jump H being crucial, because the jump H was a little too early, so it whiffed because the hitbox was gone by the time she got low enough.
100%. And just like that, the fried egg, a little bit of salt and pepper on top. Kokosho is going to take that one over Moose. But, like, yeah, it seems like Moose is actually... Moose, I feel like, has been playing a very, like, a Maze May for a lot of this, right? Has been playing very aggressive, very,
yeah,
like,
exactly.
Jumping all over the place. Almost feels like Moose has a little bit of paralysis in this matchup, and I don't know if it's just... maybe it's Cliff, just kind of this character puts the fear of God in you sometimes.
Yeah, I think it's just, you know, what we saw in round 1. Kokosho was jumping around with jump S, jump H, and like that right there. How is she supposed to, you know, be in the air against those kind of normals, you know?
Moose
so,
is...
but in a way, it's good because it's gonna put Moose to the test, right? This is like what I was saying before against Newt. You know, when Newt jumped out of the overhead kiss, it's like, okay, show me that you can do something else, you know?
Yeah, for sure. Oh, the media. Okay, that's gonna hit. Oh, that actually...
Yeah,
wait,
but
no,
not fully. Well...
he tried to sidestep through, got hit. So we are seeing a lot of sidesteps from Kokosho, and Moose is not really adapting his game plan around it, which I think is... Wow, that beat the Dolphin?
They are high flying right now. Ooh! Oh, huge hit. Could have maybe killed off that. Wow, the meaty 3K. Nice. Nice.
That was actually such a smart option.
Chat is chanting for plot armor. It might be happening.
Oh, back broke. Why did he get hit to put that much stun on the table? Try to go
goes for the okie doke, but Kokosho not having it. There is not a moment of hesitation in this match.
No, they're doing stuff. Oh man, immediately drills back in. Moose getting hit by it. Yeah. Makes that plus $1,000,000.
Ow, ow, ow. This could be stun even. Okay. Okay, opportunity.
That's up. Moose is just going for the meaty 5Ks, and it's just not working. Kokosho is successfully just... That time was waiting! Oh
yeah.
My god.
Yeah, meaty overhead kiss, maybe. Yeah. Nice hit! Okay, yeah, the jump H is definitely good against the Nape Saddle, but I would not expect Cliff to use Nape Saddle that much in this matchup. Oh, man.
Tried to call the backup, but the backup bailed out.
Yeah.
That did
nice confirm.
So much damage because of the wrist gauge. Oh my god!
Oof, big hit. Yeah, not respecting the low there. Oh, this is bad. Moose is in trouble. Moose is in trouble.
Oh my god. Does he have the power of God and anime on his side?
The drill is coming. The drill is coming. Oh.
What? What?
Okay. Hold the corner. Maybe have a chance.
Overhead kiss? Okay, okay.
100 meter. Oh, hits it perfect. Doesn't get the 5H. No, hit the first one perfect. The first rep was at the perfect height. Oh, that is unfortunate, but...
Wait.
Still a great showing. Wait,
it's not Losers Finals. Wait.
Yeah.
Somebody get our players on the phone.
Right?
This is...
Oh, no. That's even worse. Like, you lost and you think you're still in, you don't know yet? That's even worse. Bonus round, yeah.
Bonus round. Well, we'll watch this until, theoretically, they stop. Oh, he's just activating IK.
Okay, yeah,
they're
knows.
aware.
Yeah.
Alright, Ryan, you want to start going into training mode?
Yeah.
Then there's a JPEG. You know, they just wanted to show us the nice JPEGs that are present in Cliff's instant kills here.
Let's look at Cliff for a second. So, again, we've seen both of them before. I'm not going to spend too much time. We'll keep it moving here, but and honestly, we're getting to the point now where the level of play is you know, I think I kind of said most of what I can say for these players for the time being, and you know, they're both playing pretty well, so there's not too much to be said to begin with. But one thing I would say for Kokusho and just for the Cliff players in general, I touched on it earlier, but when you're fishing for air-to-air hits against a character that's in the air a lot like this, and you're doing, stuff like this, you can get a lot off of this if you're ready. And I talked a lot about buffering the force break. Now, of course, I'm not a Cliff player, but so I'm not even sure that I know the best conversions. How do you do the can't you just do? How do you do the dive? It's just like down. How do you do the dive? Yeah, exactly. EX into ground pound, I think just always works. There's like better stuff you can do, but I think that's universal. I have no idea how you do this move. It's not jump dust. Jump dust is the diagonal one. Aerial.
Half circle forward S.
Yeah, I think that is it. Oops. Yeah, half circle forward S. So, something like this. I did a little slow there, but you get the idea. So this is something that you want to, there we go, like that. This is a really good way, it's a really stable way, really consistent way to get a knockdown from these situations. Because, just hitting her like this and getting nothing, it's better than nothing, but it's not that much better than nothing, So, you can do stuff like this and confirm it, even, you don't even have to buffer into the normal directly. So it's just you gotta the Cliff players will know better than I will the right heights to do the different options, but the concept is the important thing to know to go for this kind of thing. So that's kind of what I want to point out. And then for Moose, we saw you a bunch tonight. Good stuff. I think I've said most of what I can say. You played really well overall. Unfortunately, this matchup you couldn't really run the plan that you wanted to run, and but it's probably a good matchup for you to practice some other aspects of your play. A little more ground base, a little more slow. I think this is the kind of matchup where it kind of forces Mei to play a little bit slower. So,
yeah, for sure. So with that all being said, Ryan, our next match is already queued up here, which is going to be our losers finals match, which is very exciting. Everybody, I'm sorry, I neglected to do this during winners finals, but we'll have to make double the noise now to make up for it, everybody. It's losers finals, Ultra Cloud X versus Kokusho. Please, for the love of goodness, spam some emotes and make some noise. Whoever spams the most emotes, you don't win anything, but that is appreciated. See, if you spam a bunch of emotes,
should be good.
It's going to be on Milia's side, so she's going to be able to take cover behind him, hide between Cliff. But yes, we are going to get into Milia, Cliff. It's similar, I want to say, almost to the matchup we saw earlier with Cliff, with Bridget Cliff, right? On a basic level of just mobility versus no mobility, right?
I was actually going to compare it to the very last match. I think it's very similar to Mei, actually. But as I mentioned before, I know Cloud has been working on the ground game a little bit more, so we'll see how that plays out. Nice.
I like that adjustment there from Ultra Cloud. Maybe recognize he probably didn't have a punish on deck for that, but
yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
But the Micro Dash S is a great, I don't have a punish, but you're probably not going to be able to get something out in time to make me not do this, right?
Yeah, and that one spot right there, it was good awareness. Cloud knew that Cliff was going to run into the disc that was sitting, and also knew that they were pretty far away, so it was unlikely they were going to be able to get a good conversion. In those kind of spots, just H-disc again for the Oki, Nice dodge, yeah. So this is something that we're going to have to see how it plays out over the course of the match. Dodge is going to be a crucial thing on both sides.
He's stunned!
Oh, wow, the stun, yeah.
And that should be it. That's going to be Night. There it is, the 1v6, Ryan, coming out here to play.
Yeah. So... the dodge is going to be crucial for Kokusho to get out of the Oki, but it's also going to be crucial how Cloud can adjust to not let the dodge just get out of the Oki for free. I think with the disc Oki, the dodge is helpful, but it's not going to just turn the situation around. So, it's a liability, I think, like we just saw, where, you might just get stunned, so...
Yeah, that is, Milia does stun. There are some characters in this game where stuns are just very rare. They're just not going to usually output it. Milia does
Venom.
stun. Venom. Honestly, for Slayer does a billion damage, but a lot of his big moves he wants to go for don't do stun. Like, they just have, like, 0 stun multipliers, but Million doesn't. And so definitely something for Cliff, who's a low stun character, to be aware of.
Ooh. Burst a little bit too far. Oh, hits him out of the 5D. Alright, Oki. Nice, just very simple, honest Oki. I like it. Oh, good try.
Some simple, honest Oki. Homegrown.
Nice. Nice close slash. And the relaunch, let's go.
Ow, 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 ow.
Oh, that's too much. Yeah, that doesn't work. I think after the force break, you just 6H and knock
That was
down.
actually such a good hair car, even though he lost there, because it bounced him back to his pin, and he just immediately picked it up.
Yeah. Ooh. Alright, gets the pin, but it gets knocked down. Yeah, I like that burst actually to get out of the corner. Nice. Nice.
Wow, look how the health on
Burst about to come back though. Oh, it doesn't get the knockdown. Oh, and it's turning around now. Kokusho. Oh, gets the FRC. Okay, simple extension. Oh, bunch of resets. The stun could be an issue.
I don't think either player has blocked this entire round.
Yeah.
Jesus.
They're both. Oh, burst.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and actually closes out the round. That burst was a little bit of a bet, but pays off. Kokusho. Is that what's the score now?
It's 1-1.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's 1-1, and it's been about 15 seconds, Ryan.
Yeah, that's why I wasn't even asking if it was 1-1 or 2-0. I wasn't sure if that was one game or 2 games. I wasn't sure if it was 1-0 or 1-1.
I can't believe I just slapped him out of the moon.
Alright.
Alright, 1-1. Gonna be. I feel like this is such momentum-based matches. Not just from how the characters operate, but almost from how the players operate, too. They're both just, when they smell blood, they go crazy.
Ooh, missed the relaunch, but still got some good damage off that throw. Nice punish. Well, kind of. Oh!
Wow.
Yeah, they're both swinging, like you said last game.
Oh! She still blocked
Whoa.
that?
Yeah, she blocked the bullet. Oh, big knockdown in the corner here. Okay, yeah, I don't mind that burst. Even though Cloud has a good life lead, I think it's a pretty safe burst. Just, you know. Oh.
What?
Oh!
Stun! Stun! There it is!
Oh my god. Shake out, shake out?
Oh yeah, he
Oh,
got
shake out! Oh my god, what a god.
Dude, how
what
do you do
that? So we're gonna talk about Dizzy after this. Not the character, the mechanic.
Yeah, that's definitely something to talk about. Got over
Nice
Ultra Cloud.
knockdown. Oh, nice. That was a punish, I believe, because it whiffed. He was still recovering.
Oh, shot him in the head. Wow, such a good conversion off that 6P. That was like, oh my god, is he actually dead? Is it?
Super? Oh, he doesn't have super. I'm looking at the wrong bar. Wow, nice. Wow. Cloud is turning it up. He did not let Kokusho breathe that round. Kokusho is just trying to get away. Couldn't even get back down to the ground.
2-1, yeah, and definitely a big miss there from Kokusho to not just immediately stop what he was doing and cut her in half. That's an option that Cliff has on the table at any time. But, and actually, maybe cause a little bit of a snowball effect here, but let's see if Kokusho can kind of steady up. Like we've seen time and time again, it's basically like who gets knocked into the corner first, in terms of like who tends to win these rounds, so we'll see.
Yeah. This is a great match so far. Yeah, right into the disc. Didn't respect the disc. I feel like when you use disc and neutral like that, some players that are not familiar with it, they don't really like understand. They're so used to only seeing disc as Oki that it doesn't process in their mind that it's a hitbox. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And especially for a character like Cliff that it's got so many forward advancing moves that he just goes right in your face, it really shuts a lot of that down.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, nice confirm. Oh, drop! Nice punish! Oh, misses. Wants the pin. Pin's behind.
Yeah,
or no?
there's a disc again. He's
Yeah.
almost every Nape saddle has gone punished. Like Ultra Cloud is just shutting it down in neutral, and if Ultra Cloud is one round away from taking his loser finals away from Kokosho and going to the run back with Ty Tuesday.
Nice turbo fall out of the corner. Great chase with the fireball. That might have been an accidental input, but it looked great.
It did.
Either way, it was perfect. Oh, nice punish. Nice backdash out of the disc, Oki. Pick up! Okay, first. Kokosho's got to make something happen. Gets caught in the air, though. Alright, drill, but yeah, it doesn't hit fully. Oh, big hit.
Wow.
Oh, but the jump D. See, this is the problem with jump D.
What?
5D?
Some weird stuff is happening here towards the end. Stay down in the corner.
Wow! The awareness! No punish!
Oh,
the sweep it backwards! Oh my god, Kokosho! With the awareness, the RC, the Nape saddle realized they were about to kill themselves on the disc.
Kokosho
Keeping it alive!
staying
Oh my
alive.
god. Nice, gets out of the corner. Kokosho, nice air hit. Nice hit. Punish, missed. Tried though. Whoa, that was me.
Zoops out. I wonder if actually could have come down with a punish there instead, but sidestepping through.
Wake up dodge again. Gets the throw, 2S. Oh, missed the fireball.
Yeah, the downside of that, a lot of cliffs of routes is if you miss that fireball, that's seriously like 4 seconds of it, like recovery. Oh, shot, good pickup.
Missed attack. Oh, it's so close right now. But look at the meter from, yeah, RC. Oh, but it still got hit.
How did that happen?
I like the slowdown. Yeah. I like that.
Gets a throw.
This could be enough if he hits the whole thing.
It is
Yeah.
indeed enough. Ultra Cloud is going to take it over Kokosho 3-1. Kokosho is going to be going home here in 3rd place. Definitely a strong showing from Kokosho. You know, I think has demonstrated the strongest cliff maybe tonight, question mark, maybe. You know, definitely something to be proud of because we did see a lot of them.
Yeah, I mean, they both played great. Let me see if I can show. I'm not going to talk too much. I want to keep it going into Grand Finals, and, you know, we saw both of them. We're going to see Cloud again. I just want to talk about the Dizzy mechanic real quick. I've never really looked at this. Can I set the dummy to... Oh, I don't know how this works. Oh, I see. This is, yeah. Stun level reset. Yeah, see, I don't think I can make him stun. I'll just talk about it. I don't really know how I would show this besides, you know, manually stunning the dummy. But, basically, the idea is that once you stun someone, once you dizzy them, they can start mashing immediately. And so if you have them in a combo, they can no longer tech, but they can mash out. And so generally what you want to do to guarantee that you get something off the stun is actually let your combo go. Stun resist, is it? Is it? I'm not sure. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But, so the idea is that, you know, if you're in the middle of your combo and you suddenly get a stun, which is what we saw in that one game, generally what you want to do is immediately drop your combo and just stop and let them fall because they cannot tech. And then when they hit the ground, you actually want to OTG them. So, you know, they'll hit the ground, and you want to OTG them. They're still going to be dizzy. They're gonna be forced up, and then you just want to hit them as soon as possible, because especially in that situation where you're in the middle of a combo and you have to let them fall, you can shake out of stun very quick in this game. Basically, you want to mash everything. It's all directions and all buttons. Each input reduces your stun, so you just mash everything, and you can shake out a stun, like, fast. So, you know, sometimes if you're in the middle of a combo, even if you react right away and you drop it, and then you OTG them and then hit them, you will barely have enough time if they are really good at mashing. So, you know, the situation that we saw where, you know, you tried to complete the combo and then get another combo, exactly what happened is very likely to happen, where if they mash, sometimes people don't mash, especially, you know, if it's not a tournament or something like that, but it's good to be aware that in those spots, if you do continue your combo, it's not necessarily guaranteed that you're going to get something afterwards because you waste a lot of time. And it's better to drop your combo and then OTG them and then let them stand up and then get a new combo, because completing the combo that you already had while you dizzied them, you've already gotten most of the damage. At the longer the combo goes, the more proration, the more damage scaling you're incurring. So completing the rest of your combo, you're probably only doing another 30, 40, 50 damage, something like that. Whereas dropping it and starting a new combo, you're going to get 100, 150, 200, something like that. So it's way worth it to just let your first one go and then start a new combo, basically.
Well, also Cliff specific. Cliff can then easily land a charge 6H, which just does an unholy amount of damage, right? Like,
even that, depending on the situation, how high you were and how you reset them and stuff like that, you might not even have time for a fully charged 6H. It takes so much time to charge that it might not even be guaranteed. And that's why I always tell people, like, it's kind of a dangerous habit to always go for an IK when you get a dizzy, because depending on how you dizzy them, how you stun them, it might not be guaranteed. Even if you dizzy them with a single move, and then you like try to charge IK and then go for it, it's not necessarily guaranteed. In a lot of spots, it's actually not. It's actually kind of rare that it is, to be honest. So, but that also assumes that the opponent is mashing like optimally or like very well. So it might seem like it's guaranteed when technically it's not. And then that's like mashing out a stack, or what's guaranteed and what's not.
Sure.
So
cool. Was that
but
everything you want to show?
Overall, that was an amazing match. Amazing match.
Yeah, 100%. And we are going to be getting into our grand finals, everybody, which is going to be Ultra Cloud going up here against Ty Tuesday. And in case this is your first rodeo, the way this works is Ty Tuesday is currently in the winner's bracket. Ultra Cloud is in the loser's bracket. Ultra Cloud needs to win a set of 3 and then another set of 3 to take the tournament. Ty Tuesday only has to win 1 set of 3. So we're going to be seeing here who it is who's going to come on top. Ultra Cloud is stepping up for revenge, so he does have the revenge passive going for him right now.
I'm excited to see the run back. The first set was so close, and what I think is super interesting about the set specifically is that it's the kind of set where one small adjustment could completely change, what we saw from the last time. It could be the difference between going back and forth to being completely one-sided, and the adjustment could come either way, right? It could come from either side. So we'll have to see how it goes, but I'm excited.
Letting the intro not rock. Oh, come on. That's all right. Wow.
Nice block on the burst right away, and there's the Riot Stomp setting the tone early.
Yeah, it's funny how we were saying earlier how Disc is so good at neutral at stopping things like push forward advancing moves, but Riot Stamp is so fast that it tends to get there before the Disc is fully out.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is perfect.
Hey, Low Kick Esports, thanks for the big raid. Party at 25. Well, we're all out of food for tonight. It is pretty late, but we do have some water and some chicken bones, so if you want to help yourself to that. But anyway, we're getting here into grand finals.
Oh! Wow, gets away with it. That was lucky.
Lucked out big time. He evaded the Disc!
Again? Okay, I thought Ty was going to wake up a DP again. It's preemptive 6 feet to stop the Riot Stomp. Wow. Wake up throw, the classic, right? The Guilty Gear classic.
DP! Oh, the dust!
Nice. I think Souls 5D is really good. I'm surprised more Souls don't use it, honestly. It's very subtle. Ooh, hits the Riot Stomp. Yeah, so, and this, when I was talking about small adjustments on both sides, I meant to note it, I didn't write it down. I did notice it in the middle of the set and then I forgot about it. We weren't really seeing wild throws from Ty. There were a couple of spots where I felt it and it didn't happen. Like, I thought it was coming and then Ty decided not to do it. And it's interesting to see them, start to implement it now and start to work it in, and it's working really well so far.
Yeah, for sure. Ooh, 6P.
Or spray?
Wow.
No. Oh, nice air to air. Okay, the DP. Oh, that's not gonna. That combo. Wait a minute. I was gonna say that's not gonna combo, and then it did. That was actually sick.
Those of you in chat did not have the Ryan cam on that. Ryan's eyes like bugged out of his head. Like, I'm sorry? Like he was mid-sentence. Oh, that was so funny. Well, Ty Tuesday is currently hacking the game and creating new combos right now, which is definitely a good look here in Grand Finals.
Yeah, I've never seen that before. That was awesome.
With cancel Tyrant Rave.
Alright, so game 1 tie.
Ultra Clouds, were they playing Black Milia, Black Outfit Milia last game? They weren't, right?
No, I don't think so. No, it was the pastel one before.
I feel like...
Yeah, this is like Assassin Milia, right?
Yeah, I feel like this to me is like the Ultra Cloud Milia, so maybe now he's feeling it a little bit.
Okay.
Be punished.
Tech into DP, not working out. Gonna lose a chunk off of that.
Wow, that's so much damage.
I'm pretty sure Cloud tried to force break disc and didn't have meter for it. Nice turbo fall. Wow, that punished.
Good,
nice,
not fast enough.
First.
6P. Ultra Cloud was so ready. That 6P was so smart, right? Because it was going to cover the run-up, which it did. It was going to cover Riot Stamp. It was probably going to cover Bandit Bringer. Like, there was a lot of things it could have covered in that scramble situation.
Definitely. Wow, again, the air DP. Oh, you gotta 6P that from downtown like that?
Yeah,
that one's a layup.
Bit.
I think it's because Cloud was very focused on picking up the pin and was struggling, missed it like multiple times, kept trying to like inch back and pick it up, so I think they were distracted.
That was a weird RC from Ty there. I feel like that was a little bit unnecessary. Usually, like, that wasn't going to be very punishable anyway, and he didn't, like, if you're going to RC a 2D like that, you got to, like, capitalize immediately and, like, use it as a plus range, I feel like.
Yeah, it might have been a missed input. It might have been an attempt at like Gunflame FRC or Bandit Bringer, or excuse me, Bandit Revolver RC or something, and the special just didn't come out. It's hard to say. All right, one round apiece here in game 2. This is a big game. This is important.
Yeah, 100%. Can Ultra Cloud get on the board against Ty?
Great start. Well, till the drop. Oh no, I shouldn't have said anything. That's not. Yeah, I was gonna say that's not gonna allow a extension. Too many hits before the Bandit Revolver.
Ty is a big fan of whiff canceling Veth.
I'm getting concerned at the lack of 6P to stop the Riot Stomp.
There it is!
We go. Okay.
Alright, Ryan's concerns assuaged.
Yeah. So now we're switching to Grand Viper. I see the game we're playing here.
Yeah, that was...
Does Cloud see the game we're playing here, though?
It doesn't matter if we see it. We're commentators.
Yeah, exactly. What I see doesn't matter.
Oh,
ooh, tried to anti-air, but a little too late. Okay, nice. Oh, missed the roll. Oh, no, jumped into it. Oh, this is so close. The meter, though, yeah. I like the Gunflame FRC, just spent a little bit of meter.
Swinging with the feet.
Cloud is just trying to move. Tied. Oh, dash into it!
Ultra Cloud has been careful. Ultra Cloud got negative penalty!
Yeah, but it doesn't matter at this point. When you just need one hit, the meter almost doesn't matter. It's not like they lost a lot of meter. Oh, the sweep into Gunflame, very nice from Ty. Even hit the FRC just in case they needed a little bit more, but didn't even need it. All right,
yeah,
Cloud's got some work to do. 2-0.
Yeah, it's all good, Cloud. You just have to win, 6 games. You got this, Cloud. It's not that 6 games. It's just 1 game times 6.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I know you're joking, but all joking aside, that is how you have to think about it. You got to win 1 game at a time.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, you're not trying to win 6 games. Just win this game, and then win the next game, and just 1 at a time.
All right, Ty is up 2. Can he make this happen in the 3-0 sweep, or will Ultra Cloud be able to start finding the answers? Block that
burst out, doesn't want any knockdowns. No knockdowns for Milia.
That was a great burst there from Ultra Cloud, just because that was like the layup soul combo. That was Ty Tuesday's like, this is going to the YouTube highlights. Like,
nice. Yeah, see, I'm surprised that we weren't seeing more of that kind of Oki from Cloud already. The disc and then roll through, because it's safe to DP also. So if you're worried about DP, just roll through. Yeah. And it's a mix up.
Wow!
Oh, nice. Oh, no pickup though.
Oh, that would have been so sick.
Oh my god.
Oh, the humanity.
Yeah, oh no. Okay, too far for the 6P? really good idea though from Ty. It was just a little bit too far.
Oh, what does he do? Ty Tuesday is clowning a little bit.
I mean, the thing is, I don't know how much it is clowning, because it's like, you need a hit, you know? So,
yeah.
And you, if you're gonna get a hit, you want that hit to be a killing hit, you know?
Sure. For the record, I never mean clowning disparagingly if you're playing solo.
yeah, no, of course. Yeah, they are definitely playing some neutral right now.
That is the worst feeling in the world. I like everybody. Oh my god, the damage! What was that?
Yeah, and that was like a pretty simple combo too. Just a very consistent, stable combo. That was not anything crazy.
Yeah, just like that. 1-1. Ultra Cloud has to win this to stay in the tournament. Otherwise, Ty Tuesday is going to get everyone going home.
Cloud trying to... Oh my god, the jump D. Oh, this is bad. Knockdown in the corner. I feel a wild throw coming. No, okay.
Bandit Bringer. I feel the... There it is!
Yeah, the Ride Stomp coming back.
I feel like Soul players thinking twos a lot. When you see two of something, you have to go like, you gotta do the other thing. Wow,
okay, wake up throw. Important conversion opportunity here. Yeah. So, one thing that's important to recognize, especially when you're playing a tournament match, if you keep dropping the same combo, stop trying to do it. Do something simpler. Okay.
Dragon Insult! Oh my god!
Okay, the backdash? Oh my god, the 2D Gunflame to take it, and Ty closes out with a convincing 3-0.
A convincing 3-0. He even had the tenacity to drag an install for the ending there. And it is going to be 3-0. Ryan, was there something you wanted to show off here in the last little bit?
Yeah, just super quick. I mean, great stuff from both players. I did want to take an opportunity just to mention a couple more things for Ty, since I didn't with the last match, and we were just kind of moving along. Really great stuff overall. Congratulations on your win. If I can ever find Milia. Oh, there's so many freaking characters. All right. Really great stuff overall. Just a couple things that I noticed were absent that you could look into. So first of all, you were doing a really good job of fighting Milia in the air. However, where was this guy? I mean, this button is insane. It's super fast, extremely low commitment, and it's very similar to what I was showing with Cliff earlier. You can throw it out and just buffer something behind it, and if they run into it, you have time to confirm, either a second jump P into something, or just a straight buffer into jump S, and then you can jump cancel. So it gives you time. Also, this same idea. Maybe it's deceiving. I don't know how much experience you have with Guilty Gear, but this is a really good, just safe, low risk air-to-air button when you don't want to commit to anything. The hitbox is all in front of Soul, so it's very common for the opponent to just run into it inadvertently. It's just a good high priority kind of button.
Is that the one that has the funny number recovery?
Yeah. So yeah, exactly. I already see Ty saying it in chat. Yeah, it has 0 frames recovery for anybody who's unaware, anybody that's not familiar with this move. And if you think that sounds weird, it is. That's basically unheard of, and it is like it sounds. The move has startup, and then it has active frames where it's hitting you, and then it's done. There's just absolutely, you cannot whiff punish this move. You can hit, but it is impossible to whiff punish. There's no recovery. It's actually the number 0. So, yeah, it's a bizarre move. So that's number 1. The other thing I would say that was a little more apparent in that last set was when you do get pressure, you might want to practice. You were doing really good with the Gunflame FRC in neutral. I would practice it. I actually also have a video on this on my YouTube about practicing FRC timings, because I don't want to overextend what I assume about your play, but I'm going to go out on a limb a little bit, because I see this very often where people practice the FRC for a move like Gunflame in neutral, and they get good at it, and they get it pretty consistently where they can do it 80-90% of the time, but then they try to use it in block strings and they can't do it. And again, I'm not going to go too deep into that right now, but there's a reason for that. It has to do with the timing with the input buffer. So I have a video all about that you can check out about tips for practicing how to FRC specifically moves like this that are projectiles, both raw and then also in strings. And I would definitely work on that because I look at Gunflame FRC and Force Break Fafnir as kind of like two sides of the same coin. When you're pressuring them and you want to spend meter to repressure or check their block or frame trap them, you can do something into Gunflame FRC as a way to repressure and try to catch them maybe hitting a button. But usually it's just for repressuring, and then you apply a mix-up after the Gunflame. Whereas Force Break, you can do tricky stuff like cancel something really late into it, like that. I mean, I'd have to set it a block for you to really see, but something like this, you can cancel it so late that you can actually trick them visually into thinking that you didn't cancel, and then this thing is like a bullet. So mixing up between the two when you want to spend your meter can really keep them on their toes and really keep them guessing at what your string is going to be and when it's safe for them to move, when it's safe for them to counterattack. So yeah, this is just like a really good trick, and you'd be surprised how often this will work. And the nice thing is if they block this, it's plus 1,000,000, so you still get to repressure them. So yeah, you have to experiment with which buttons have longer cancel windows. 2D is basically the whole move is cancelable, like all the way through the recovery. And then different moves, they're going to have different cancel windows. So 2H is another good one, where you can cancel it really late. Oh yeah, you didn't know? This move is like +7 or +8 or something like that. It's insane. This move, go into training mode, set Soul to do the Force Break, block it as yourself, and then try to hit a button after. And you're going to be like, what happened? Nothing's happening. It just happens to be all the time in matches. I block Fafnir, and then I get cute, and I'm like, I'm going to press on plus. And I go to hit a button, and my button just doesn't even come out because I'm still block stun. So...
yeah, I do like the definition of plus 1,000,000. It's plus until your next tournament.
Yeah, it's just plus, yeah. For me, it's like, +3, +4, +5, and then it's just plus 1,000,000 after that.
Yeah,
it's just,
plus too much. SageAim actually has a really good video on that also, because, like, it is so plus that it may actually be 2+ for some pressure that you'd want to go for afterwards. Like, +8 or 9 is enough that I think Run-Up Wild Throw might whiff. Like, it might actually just not be there in time. But
I'm looking, it's +7. Geez. I just looked it up to be sure. It's +7. Yeah.
Holy smokes. Well, awesome. Thank you so much again, Ryan, for joining us, for commentating and offering up all your Sage advice. Anything else that you want to drop here before you go on home?
No, just once again, really awesome stuff from everybody. Great stuff in the finals. Cloud, I didn't mention anything for you now because, I already gave you some stuff, and I don't think that there was much more than that, but really good stuff, really good try to adapt there. Really just some matchup stuff you could work on, but just across the board from the million clips that we saw tonight, to Newt's Faust and everybody, just really good stuff from everybody. So it was a great tournament. Yeah,
fantastic. I had a great ass time tonight, Ryan, and I'm looking forward to seeing you for the next one. Right?
Yeah, nice. Definitely.
That's for the record. That's not me peer pressuring Ryan in front of everybody. I just want to make sure there wasn't other plans. But speaking of the next one, everybody, I'm going to go ahead and post the bracket for the next one here right now. If you're here watching the stream, you get first picks. It fills up fast, so if you want to register for the next beginners tournament, which is going to be in 2 weeks, drop it in there and go ahead and sign up and get your friends to sign up too. Reminder that if you're in top 8 of this one, you're banned. You're not allowed to sign up for the next one. Because you're banned, that means that you should play in our tournament next week, which is the unrestricted one. Ryan is not there for that one. However, it is also a lot more casual and a lot more like, yeehaw, like good old playing some Guilty Gear. So if you're looking to get better and improve and fight some of the really dangerous sharks that lurk in the Hoop Squad Discord, definitely play in the tournament next week. But awesome. So anything else, Ryan? Otherwise, I'll kick you out here and just kind of do a little outro.
No, I mean, that's it. We mentioned, I guess just mention real quick one more time, I do replay reviews, so if you didn't hear the spiel at the beginning of the tournament, if you, want some insight as to, where you can improve or, things that you could, look into, you can redeem channel points on my Twitch channel and then submit replays to me. I will review them, and if you're not there for the live review, I'll DM you on Twitch with a link to the VOD. I was using links to the actual Twitch VOD, but I started uploading them to YouTube. If you want to get an idea of what they're like, you can watch all of them. They're all up on YouTube now. You can get an idea and even just learn something from some of the other reviews. So, and if you entered this tournament tonight and you were not showcased on stream and you were really hoping to get some feedback, you can simply fill out the form. You do not have to redeem channel points. You get a pass for entering the tournament. So you can also submit your replays that way.
Yeah, awesome. Cool. Well, thank you so much, Ryan. I'm going to go ahead and kick you out here. Oh, wait, are you able to update to newer replays for the review? Tato asks.
Yes. If you've already redeemed points or you already submitted from a previous tournament and I haven't gotten a chance to review yours yet, you can just resubmit through the form, and just in the notes, the optional notes, just mention that you're resubmitting, and I'll just cross out your first one and we'll do the second set. A couple of people have already done that.
Awesome. Cool. Well, on that note, you have a good night there, Ryan. You catch you some sleep. I know you and me are old and we need our bed rest. So let's I'll catch you later, okay?
Absolutely. Thanks for running it. Thanks to Trin, and thanks to you for running the stream.
And
have a good night, guys.
Thanks again, Lord Trin. All right, adios. Ooh. Cool. All right, that's going to be it for tonight, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks again, Ty Tuesday, Low-Kick Esports, for the big-ass hosts. Hella appreciate you. And we're just going to go ahead and play our little outro here. Boom. By the way, I need to, again, say personally how strange it is, just because, whatchamacallit, I like, I binge-watched so much random Retsupre and Ty Tuesday stuff, honestly, when I was younger. This is weirdly full circle. I don't know, I don't need to get too mushy. This is strange. Are y'all feeling this? You feeling this strange energy right now? So we're going to go ahead and play our outro here. If you're new here and you have not seen how the outro works, the way this is going to work is we're going to play this little video. When you see the character that represents you, you're going to say me, okay? So while I'm playing the intro, when you see yourself... Oh, check DMs. What do we got? Oh, Trin wants to say some words? Okay. Trin, are you here? Oh, he's not. Wait. What? Oh. Trinity, are you here? Trin. Trin! I can't hear you. Trin asked me to let him say a few words, and now Trin is not saying any words. Which is an interesting strategy.
Sorry, I forgot I was on push to talk. Jesus Christ.
Alright, what's up, Trin?
Yeah, I just want to say thanks to everybody who's watching for the viewership and the consistent viewership and the consistent entrance. It's been like 5 weeks, and we still have people who are like chilling out on the wait list, which is wild to me because we nix 8 people plus 4 from the bracket every week. And the viewership has also been like consistently high, and I'm so thankful because it's so fucking wild, and it's just awesome. And thanks, guys. I really appreciate it.
Trin, you're gonna make me cry, you old man. Well, you're awesome too. Thank you for helping run all this shit. Trin runs all the behind-the-scenes things, which definitely makes my life a lot fucking easier, and all this is because of him. So thank you so much, Trin. You're a homie. How's the oil change going, by the way? Your car good?
Yeah, my car's fine. Fucking.
All right, Trin. Well, you have a good night. All right.
Hey, move out from your parents' house as soon as you can. Yeah, as soon as it's financially able, so we can't spring a surprise car schedules on you the day of the tournament.
All right. Well, the good advice to everybody in general. All right, I'm gonna kick you out of here, Trin, so we can play the outro. Okay. Boom. All right. Let's go ahead and play the outro again. If you're new here, when you see the character that represents yourself, you're going to say me in the chat, okay? That's how this works. So we're going to play our outro. I'm going to find a raid, and I will let all of you go, okay? Sound like a plan? All right. That's not the right window. That's the right window. All right. Another week, another tournament. Can you be the weird giraffe? Absolutely, you can be the weird giraffe. Okay, so there's a couple of people playing Guilty Gear tonight. Hey, let's raid Ultra Cloud. That's like a great idea. No, he's probably not streaming it. I don't know where the real Wednesday night's fight stream is. Am I crazy? I see Elven Shadow stream. Are they not live yet? Oh, there it is. I forgot. It's on a sandwich. Okay, I'm going to send y'all over to Wednesday Night Fights because there's a lot of good-ass players going on there. So if you're looking to see some high-level-ass play, this is probably the stream to watch. I know that Elven Swarm is in there. Your boy Puppy Swarm? What's Puppy Swarm doing? What's he doing? I see he's got an Iggy avatar, which means he is of fine taste. Weekly Tuesday Tekken tournament. Okay, well, let the chat decide. Does everyone want to watch some Tekken 7 or some more gear? That was a lot of gear. That was like 4 hours of gear, so I understand. So does anyone want to do Tekken or gear? What do you want to do? Down for checking as a change of pace? I'm with it. All right, we'll drop Puppy Swarm, the big host. Everyone tell him what's good. Thanks again, everybody, for watching. Hella appreciate it. Oh, man. I'm too old for this. Nah, not really. All right, y'all get over there. Tell him what's up. Drop some skeletons in the chat or whatever. Damn it, Draktos. All right, catch y'all later. All right, adios. Bam.